You had the opportunity last week. You chose not to do it. Are we live?
Yep.
Excellent. Welcome. It is Wednesday night. We are the Initiative Syndicate, and we are going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons,
Yes.
much like we do every Wednesday night, 7:15-ish.
Yep.
7:15-ish.
Around that time.
On Twitch. We'll do a brief recap of last week's pretty epic session, and then we'll get into this one. Last week on the show, the Gravy Tane, representing Team Izzet, went and undertook the Simic Combine Challenge as part of the Illicit Maze in an attempt to channel, funnel, and collect all of the leyline energies that lay underneath each guild hall. They have collected 4 after completing the Simic Challenge out of the 10 that are required. It's an all-or-nothing process, and they must try to collect the rest of them. They decided to head into more familiar territory after they exited Zonet 7, conquering the Sphinx. Sorry, not the Sphinx.
The sphincter.
Conquering the Kraken. Yes, Kraken. Learning to find evolution through scientific means and why it was important to their philosophy to do so. Through evolution, you can conquer things you would not normally be able to, and that was sort of the whole point of their process. Those who were opposed to such concepts would definitely lose and fail that challenge, but Team Izzet succeeded. Heading back into familiar territory, they decided to go to Sunholm, the guild hall of the Boros Legion. Rocky is a representative of the Boros Legion. They came up through the main courtyards and saw that the activities were being set up for the guild challenge for those who wanted to participate. It doesn't look like they had any present challengers, and they got a glimpse of what it may be, or maybe like, is a very similar style field that they use in preparation to train Boros soldiers in a game known as Capture the Flag. And that is where we're going to pick up.
Who can run?
So a couple things before we get started.
Yes.
Since I got rid of his homunculus, I like to use my other infuse item for my armor, infuse it with +1 AC.
Okay.
Nice. But you didn't want to marry me.
So now it's just 15.
What would I know about the Boros style of playing Capture the Flag?
It's very similar to the traditional real-world style of the game. Usually there is one team opposing another team. They will have either an equal number of members or more or less. It just depends on the scale of the difficulty. Within the Boros Legion, this is a very popular game to settle differences between battalions and groups of soldiers who feel that they are deserving of promotions or being of higher rank with or just in competition with someone who they feel is beneath them. While the Boros Legion all respect each other, they have a great respect for what they do. There is still that sense of becoming better than what you are through skill, practice, and just pushing your body to its limits. While they do put a very big emphasis on physical training, there is still a lot of magic wielders within the Boros Legion. They are not shy to incorporate magic weapons either. In fact, it's pretty commonplace for most of even their lower level soldiers to have them. Given what you know, that this is also a means of settling grudges between feuding members of the Boros Legion or those looking to move up in the ranks, you would assume that this is going to be these are not going to be run-of-the-mill foot soldiers that are probably playing against you. And if it's anything like the traditional ones, it's going to hurt.
Sounds good. How long? I assume we have like a training ground for it. Do I know about how big the normal training ground is?
From what you can kind of see on the field beyond you, it looks to be almost twice the size. You have seen them use fields like this before for almost like tournament style games. It's another one of those things that they do for new recruits or for those that are getting ready to graduate and move on to become actual full Boros Legionnaires. It'll be a final training ground like this, and they'll go against veterans in those. Like it'll be a bunch of veterans against the new rookies, and the rookies usually never win, but it's more of a just paying your respects and taking your lumps, taking your bruises, and welcome aboard. That's a little bit less for keeps. It feels a little bit less for keeps, but they will waylay on those rookies. So yes, this looks to be almost twice the size.
All right, cool. I will kind of relay all the history and everything, even if nobody continues to listen. I'll keep kind of talking about it like a teacher who no one's paying attention to. I find it interesting.
While he's doing that, I'm like bringing out my tinkering kit, and like I have my shield like on my back, and I've got it like tinkering down there at the cod piece, and I'm like, I must
Yeah, so it's really funny sometimes when
There it
like,
is. Okay.
all these
Just
new
under the
recruits-
table, and then like people keep walking by looking at him funny.
Like I'm in the corner, like covering up with the screwdriver. Got that? I'm a
You have a UTI or something?
Huh?
Urinary tract infection.
So yeah, so while he's doing that, I'm tinkering with that, and I'm bringing out the cod cannon for the next battle, or the next, and it
If you shoot
instead of the torch or the flamethrower, it's going to be the ballista. So it's like while you're doing a story, finishing up, and when you finish, I'm like, finished. You got a good weapon. You got to give it a name.
Yeah.
I'm call it Rania.
Rania?
Rania.
Is that like a family name?
I heard it somewhere. It sounded good.
Oh yeah, it's
We're gonna see the pain that it delivers today.
hopefully it's not a slow burn kind of like it was against the Kraken.
Yeah, it might have a little pinch to it.
Hopefully
Little sting.
more of a pop this time. Yeah, so Capture the Flag, one of my favorite games. It's one of the one of the training styles they teach us in the Boros. It comes from, there was a book that our founder Aurelia made. It's called Aurelia of War. She wrote it as like tactics for fighting and stuff like that, strategies.
you say you've played this game. Have you been the victor, or have you been defeated?
Like while he's going through the story too, I'm like, and I like click the side of the helmet, like the goggles come down, and I'm like, like troll come.
I've won a good couple of times. There were a few times, like when I first started, got my ass kicked.
I guess with that is, do you know any tactics that the boss is going to use that we can use against them?
Well,
Kind of counterplay them.
they have many different styles of play, but I think we should use one of their styles against them. Generally, they're going to have like a strong front line that they're going to come after us and kind of bully us. So what I was thinking is a little bit more of a deceptive play I've had luck with in the past. I was thinking if Skriz gets all sneaky like he does, me and you cause a big distraction in the opposite direction, Skriz could maybe sneak off.
I've heard of this tactic.
Yeah,
We cause a big distraction, and he walks out the front door.
exactly.
Yeah,
I don't.
I've heard of this
I
one.
feel like I've heard that too somewhere. Like if we start a ride or something.
Yeah,
like on the other side.
Prison riot.
I learned it from a guy named Dr. Evil.
Oh, what was his degree in?
Evil.
And then maybe we have Liz stay back a little bit and play some
And not die.
kind of illusions or some control factors. could be helpful. Do you have any
Sounds good to
illusionary
me.
stuff that could help us out? Like if we can make it look like the flag is somewhere else, or make it look like it's not there at all. That's another kind of tactic. They do use a little bit of trickery sometimes.
You know what might have it? The Wand of Wonders. Like,
I
You
think,
cast the one of wonders on the gem.
I'll
it's gonna
just shoot it at the
explode.
flag and we'll see what happens.
well, we're gonna have to check the rules on the flag. Like if we disintegrate it, if we're disqualified.
Disintegrate the flag.
Okay.
And you lost the
The only time you
challenge.
rolled disintegrate.
Yeah.
When
Never-
you don't have a flag.
Never happens again.
What if I-
lose if you don't have a flag?
Hopefully I'll get lucky
It's either
and
gonna be
I'll,
that or
I'll
it's gonna
shoot the
turn
wand
blue.
and a gust of wind behind the flag and it blows it to us.
Well, didn't the guy say that the wand was like it took a couple of days to be ready to use again?
No, I found the instructions in my pocket.
Oh, and it said a few days, right?
Yeah, well, no, every morning it got the charges back.
Oh,
And it got 6 of its charges back. So we're good. You got everything you need right here.
great.
The Wand of Wonders.
Well, don't forget you just put a lot of work on that cod piece. So
It's going to get used today. I'm going to jam it in there real hard.
what was it again? Rhea?
Rania.
Rania.
Does it have any kind? Why Rania?
It has a special meaning to me.
Is that like
Ah,
a,
low
a
level.
Yes.
low
It's like,
level.
yeah, maybe.
Okay.
is that like a first name? Should there be a last name too?
No, just Rania.
Well, he did mention it during our marriage that he had a little side thing going on, little side piece, but he had to break it off. We had to stay faithful.
Sure. Yeah.
7 days. It was tough.
No side pieces for 7 days.
Yeah, no side piece. 7 days. It's kind of like a good cleanse.
Been married for 35 years, so
How many side pieces have you had?
I've had 5 kids. I don't know if that counts.
I've done that too.
Okay. So,
Theater of the mind.
yeah, as I was saying,
I go weekly just to see if I can get Kevin to be like, break.
I tell you, there's times I question why I even come back.
I'm waiting for him to give out a desperation.
You roll a disadvantage.
Whenever the DM chooses.
So, when can we start this? Like, we have time is ticking.
Yeah, Game Master, when's TikTok?
It's whenever you decide to go and speak to someone to start the challenge.
Well, we are ready.
Who do we speak to?
You would probably look for one of the guards around or near the area.
Right. We will approach the guards on and around or in the
There
area.
are a few. They're kind of patrolling. I mean, it's a military event and it's not far from the actual guild hall. So, and
Okay.
you're in the inner courtyard now, where they don't normally let non-Boros. You would be allowed. It'd be weird for them to be here.
Okay, so I'll kind of look at some of the guys walking around. Hey, Troy, hey, Rocky, hey, we're ready to start. We're competitors here. Troy, Rocky.
His name's not Troy. I'd like to imagine
I
that.
thought it was Troy. T. Roy.
No, it's just Roy.
Just where do I get the tea from? Because you drink tea. Golly, that's why it was T. Roy. Roy, we're ready to start whenever.
Oh, you're ready to do the. Ooh, yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, little Boros to Boros, what they got in store for us.
Do you remember Captain Windlegast?
Do I remember him? This older guy, beard.
No.
No, was it the guy who needed a little bit of spread into the pits?
Make a I'll say history check. I'm gonna give you a pretty low DC since you are a member of the Boros Legion.
Hopefully it's very low. 7.
Captain Windlegast, the only thing that you remember from your recollection is you know the name. One of the main halls within the Boros Legion's Sunhome is named Windlegast Hall. And he's probably one of the oldest members of the Boros Legion. still living members of the Boros Legion.
So it's that old guy with the mess hall named after.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's him.
I didn't think he was still alive, to be honest. with you.
None of us did. He doesn't usually make very many appearances these days. I mean, he's still taking students, but mostly through seminars.
So what you're telling me is he's kind of rusty. He laid up the sword and went into the teaching.
I don't know. I know he's out there. I know it's got a lot of the other Boros Legionnaires pretty excited to see him in action. Many of them have never. They've only heard stories about him.
Yeah, I hear. I mean, the mess hall's great. So I mean, he must have been a great.
Well, I mean, you know, they modeled it after him. It was his favorite part of the whole building. They had to make those, you know, doors and stuff tall enough for him.
I'm hoping one day they name one of the halls after me.
Rocky Hall.
Rocky Hall. Well, I do have a bar actually named after me. I know. Get this. We bought this bar.
No shit.
I know.
I feel like we're behind them.
Well, look at you, entrepreneur.
Well, it's not really for money as much. It's just kind of as a home base. But you know, we do have patrons.
Patrons.
That come in and
He seems impressed.
there's a bartender and then
Yeah, they're
it's
called
this.
us.
Like 4 or 5 people come in every now and again, and my name is not in lights yet, but it's in wood across the top, and it says Rockies.
That is impressive.
Thank you. If you get the boys together, first round's on me at Rockies. We're in precinct 6,
4.
4.
5.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Walk around those 3 districts.
I think we're precinct 5.
We're franchising.
I think it's more towards the precinct 5 side of things, like a little bit underground, but not really underground. It's still nice.
It's near the smelting quarter.
Yeah,
that
there you
helps.
And we have karaoke.
What is karaoke?
You sing along to old songs by a man named Tobin Keats.
Tobin Keats.
But you take care when you do, if you don't mess up the songs.
I hate you so much. This is not the goddamn multiverse.
Just strange.
Lick, this isn't real. Tobin Keats does not exist.
What about Smoosh?
Not in this world, damn it. This is Ravnica.
Kind of hurts my feelings.
Maybe if you guys start Planeswalking, we'll find out.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Listen, it's Dungeons and Dragons. There's always a chance. If I feel like it's going to be an interesting thing, then there is a chance. Well, I will go alert the team that's running the event. That team is it?
Yeah.
You guys have the medallion?
Right. Our fearless leader there does.
Excellent. Just make sure that
feel like you
you
looked
show
at
it at the gate heading into the little arena area, and it should get you in as soon as they're ready to have you.
So is there like a record time been set so far?
For capture the flag,
Yes.
2 minets.
Wow. Has any group lost?
Yeah, they lost in 2 minutes.
That's pretty good.
What? Nobody's won or got it?
No one's took this challenge yet.
Well,
Well, you just said 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I thought you
fine.
meant like in Boros Legion history.
Oh.
Oh.
Like we're the first to take this?
do we get an
Yeah.
advantage? Like a 10-second head start?
I don't think so.
Rock, paper, scissors for it?
I'm not in control of that. You'd have to discuss that with Captain Windlegast.
That's too much time. We'll take it normal.
Well, let's talk about things you are in charge of. 9 p.m. Rockies. First round on me. If you get there before us, Slap sees the bartender. Don't
Yep.
drink the special drink.
Yeah.
Regular ale,
Karaoke on the 3rd day of the 3rd month
which is tonight.
tonight.
He just seems very confused. Yeah.
Bring all the boys. Make sure Wayne comes.
4,
Okay.
5, and 6. You can find us there.
Most of the time, though.
Yeah.
Tempting quarters.
Yeah.
Sure.
So look for the sign that says Rockies.
Or puzzles. Mainly puzzles.
Like the imagining Ashley does, he's just so lost.
As you guys are still kind of like talking at him, he's been like slowly kind of backing away.
These are crazy.
So cap the flag.
All right, bye, T. Roy.
All right. So, he wanders off through one of the main gates into the little arena area. Like I said, you can only kind of see like a glimpse of it, but the gate around it is done in very majestic style of it's reminiscent of almost like a prison like courtyard. It's got big. They're made out of iron, but it's like a coppery gold metal material instead of like the big black iron bars. They have the big spikes at the end, at the very tops of them. It goes completely around the width of the field, and you see what looks to be almost like a raised pyramid style platform, but with more sides than a pyramid. It doesn't seem like it goes up as high. It's only a few platforms high. And you're assuming, much like the other competitions, this is probably where the flag is going to be. It's there's like a main, almost like dirt kind of path, and then it branches off into this almost like slight wilderness kind of grassy area. Not trees or anything, just it's pretty flat, other than the climbing the hill to get it. The rules for this are much like Capture the Flag and / King of the Hill. You can win the competition in two ways. Basically, you can steal the flag and return it back to the main gate, or you can defeat all of your opponents in the arena. But the rules are the same for both sides, except for those on defense. They only have to stop you from getting the flag. That's it. That means they have to defeat you.
How are we the only ones that's done this so far?
Well, if everyone started, on the other side and went counterclockwise, and we're probably going to run into them once we go over to Celestia.
While they're kind of talking, I'm gonna pull out an old shirt and make a bunch of rags and pull out 4 fingers.
As you're kind of doing this, you're approached by another one of the competition teams.
And I'm gonna pull out some nails. Or like pins.
Do I recognize the team?
Elvin.
Shit.
You were always a weird one, even for our kind.
Oh shit.
Can we hear this?
She's there with the rest of her group. It's Teysa Karlov from the Orzhov Syndicate. She looks like a cleric dressed in armor. She's very regal looking. She has her hair kind of pulled back in a very tight bun. She's very put together, and she is human. There's nothing fantastic about what race she is. She looks to be a woman of fair looks, maybe slightly above average looks. She's maybe 5'4", 5'5". She's very well built as far as shape. She's not muscular, but you can tell that she is not like, she knows her way around a battlefield. She carries herself as someone who has been in battle before.
Elvin will pay no mind to her saying his name, and will continue on making makeshift headbands.
You
headbands.
ask why no one has taken on this competition. Everyone knows that the Boros Legion is known for one thing, and that's fighting. Most of them decided that this would be one of the harder challenges and decided to do it last.
Well, that's dumb.
I would expect not much less from someone in the Legion.
I don't really care what you expect.
That's fair.
You can,
She's kind
if you could please go and conversate with your own team. We're trying to strategize here.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
No, I have no hostilities towards the other competitors. I want someone to win.
What I'm saying is,
Whether it's you or me or, well, not that team with the one vampire. I'll actively stop that.
what I'm saying is you're being a distraction.
Well, you don't have
Please,
yeah, I'm trying to make
please leave.
Team Gear over here, and you're distracting the art.
It looks like you're picking apart dead things.
Well, it could be your body I could be picking apart.
I doubt that. Uncle Karlov wouldn't appreciate it much.
Well, I mean, what he doesn't know doesn't hurt him.
Oh, he'd know. We're tied.
He wouldn't miss you.
Psychically.
It's okay. I'll pin a
Oh,
finger
you don't
to the
remember
feather.
Uncle Karlov. He spoke about you.
I don't know who you're talking about, lady. You must be on the little wacky tobacco.
The heavyset ghosts on the council.
Never heard of him.
That's not what he said while you were cowering in fear.
Who are you looking for?
That does sound like you.
She's
Just,
I don't know who she's looking for.
See, it's probably because you're always changing. You probably look like someone she maybe
Yeah, I mean-
do the thing again. And
It's all good. You know.
Anyway,
you gotta
I
watch
just
out for
wanted to
these
come over
drums.
and wish your team luck.
I don't wish the same to you.
That's fine. As I said before, someone has to win. It affects all of us. Like some of the other competitors, you might also want to know that 3 more teams have been eliminated because they eliminated themselves.
so
What do you mean they eliminated themselves?
They either lost a competition or got into a death match with one of the other competitors.
So,
I'm in the syndicate. How does Elvin know that?
so which teams lost?
Again, with
Which
this
teams are
knowledge.
out? That's all-
The Golgari team got into a death match with the Gruul team, and the Golgari team was defeated. Rukthar is a very, well, we'll just say aggressive opponent.
that checks
Now I
out.
have heard of that. Nasty. Greek.
So what's
So
the
Varls is out, the troll competitor. The Boros Legion is doing well.
No surprise.
Boral is out from the Simic. Couldn't get past their own competition. How disgraceful.
that's we tore right through that one.
And Exava from the Rakdos. They just quit. They just didn't want to compete anymore.
Honestly, this competition's kind of boring. I get it.
So you said there's only 3 teams out.
3 teams plus House Demir. I heard about their misfortunes within the Rakdos.
Yeah, we witnessed it firsthand.
Oh, I bet that was a sight.
I mean, after our performance, they're gonna write a play about us.
I didn't see your performance, but I have heard about it. Heard it was
Yeah.
pretty great.
We're famous.
Must have been. You're still standing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it Revenge of the Rat Ghost. Rat Ghost. Yeah, something like that.
I can't believe you don't remember me.
No, I would remember important people, and you just must not be important.
I think you're kissing me, my camera.
Oh, it was not like that.
We were married for 7 days. It was uneventful.
We've been through it.
Me and Elvin joined the syndicate at the same time.
Good for you and Elvin. Happy for you both.
You know that I can see through your true form, right?
His name is Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Orzhov Syndicate insignia says otherwise.
I mean, anybody gets one of these. You just gotta commit your allegiance to the Orzhov, and yeah, it's that easy.
Except that I was gift with true sight.
Okay, you can see past my disguise. Doesn't mean I'm not Elvin.
You're the only changeling that's ever joined the Orzhov Syndicate.
Well, that might narrow it down.
So
I feel like Chris like, you're the fucking worst.
In fact, there aren't very many changelings in all of Ravnica. Your race is very rare.
Well, I'm the second changeling. Elvin died.
No, I don't think so.
Very sad.
What did he die from?
Loneliness.
Yes.
Jesus.
That.
Boom.
Well, Rocky, you can explain what happened. You were on the case.
yeah, he got murked.
Burked, yeah.
By whom?
Yeah, you got this one.
They were bad guys,
Yeah.
and now they're dead bad guys. Well, half of them are dead bad guys.
Dirty business.
I think one's a ghost now or something.
All I remember is they went after they were done. That's it.
There was some dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Yeah. We
I heard of something like that, but it was with sheep.
Oh,
Dirty deeds done with sheep. Yeah, I knew
I
a
mean,
guy with the
but
Rakdos
is
here.
that
I
a
don't-
Coleman song?
Huh?
it will be. Write it down.
Well, whether you're Elvin or not Elvin, you still have friends within the syndicate.
Start cooking bad.
You don't have very many friends, but you do have some.
That's a fucking.
I-
If I've ever
I think I-
seen True Sight, that's the truest sight you've ever seen.
Well, let me ask you this little sidebar. They're handing out shit like True Sight, and you get a little ring that does nothing.
I was gifted
Man,
True
come
Sight by the
yeah.
council, by the Obsidian itself.
What were you gifted?
It aids in my ability
Dashing good
to
looks.
commune with spirits.
Yeah.
Maybe you can commune with the original Elvin,
Yeah.
the one that died.
Yeah, you can visit his gravesite. It's on Precinct 4. Right next to Rocky's.
Right next to Rocky.
No, I'm pretty sure that's precinct 5. Just go through this again.
It might be Precinct 6. We're not quite
Maybe.
sure.
Might have to walk around the precincts a while.
We're gonna have the fucking worst business ever. Good thing we got 4 customers.
Yeah. Good thing they don't
I was
pay.
just giving you some heads up.
Well, I appreciate it, and as the person you think I am, Elvin, he would appreciate it too.
I feel like this conversation was for naught.
If you need any further help,
Yeah,
You
go
can-
grab that flag and bring it over here to me.
you can find me in the Syndicate. Just get out word. Someone will find me.
I will let the spirit of Elvin guide.
Is it the Initiative Syndicate?
Crossover.
With that, she kind of gives your entire group this sort of
Inspiration?
almost cold bow. I ought to give you D inspiration for that. And she walks off with her group.
Well, that
In
was
case you need to reference her again, that was Tesa Karlov.
Yes, sir.
Bill's my note keeper.
Yep, I've got a whole NPC players list here.
So as that conversation's going on with knitting, I actually pass out team headbands with a middle finger of other people we killed, and it's just a middle finger on the center of their forehead for all of us to wear.
Inspiration. I'm sorry, I'm
how
giving
do
you
you-
inspiration for that, you fucking weirdo.
How do you know they're
Good thing I'm already dead, so I don't care.
Looks like a ring.
Do we have to wear this on our head?
It's team spirit.
Can I use it as like an armband?
Shut.
Because I've got this nice helmet. I really don't want to crust it up with this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Finger.
That's fine. And you're gonna question me if it's a middle finger or not?
I'm just saying, it looks a lot like a ring finger.
It's crazy. It's like,
I don't
So
want you
the
to
sun
taste and find
is
out.
up in early morning. The time is a little bit past 8:30, and you hear the sounds of battle chiming off in the distance as the gate opens, welcoming you in.
are we ready, guys? Okay.
So weird. They sound like the Ewok horns. I don't understand.
The gate's open.
The gates are opening.
Start walking towards it.
Let's do this.
You walk into this almost like arena style looking pit, as you can now see these platforms that are kind of floating above that you didn't see at first. And there are tons of Legionnaires looking down and watching the event. All of them seem excited. You hear what sounds to be an announcer using some sort of a magic device that enhances their voice. Actually, a very familiar voice. It's the voice of Wang.
Motherfucker.
Welcome, competitors. You see him. He's up on this little platform. He's kind of giving you one of those with his not fingers. He's just kind of putting his whole up at you. You see this Loxodon with his massive trunk, billowing down big, large tusks. He's 8.5 feet tall, decked out in full Boros armor, big flowing cape. This battle mage,
We love this guy.
this cleric, this healer, looking very regal, very aged, very noble, very excited. Whoa, it's Rocky! Rocky!
Hey,
Hey!
did T Roy talk to you at all by chance?
No, who's T Roy?
He's the guy who drinks all the tea. We called him T-Roy.
I thought his name was Craig.
No, his name is Roy, but we call
Is
him
it?
T-Roy.
That's
He's always got that
shit.
tea, and he's like, he does a weird
This is
thing.
all over like the announcement. Like he's still holding the thing up to his neck.
All the other teams are like,
He like leaves the tea bag in there, so
Yeah.
it's real weird. He
Yeah.
didn't take it out.
You start hearing some of the other members of the crowd going, T-Roy, who's
Yeah,
T-Roy?
he came up with the
This
finishing
poor guy
move.
is gonna be called T-Roy by everybody now.
He handcuffs his victim. He reads them the rights and then teabags them.
I don't know that he did that, but he does drink tea, and I'm pretty sure he told me his name was Roy. Anyway, talk to me afterwards. We got stuff to talk about.
Well, you all are the first competitors. It's exciting.
So what do we get?
You get to go first.
Yes.
You get to set the precedent, right?
Yes.
That's right.
So, do you have any questions on how this will work?
How many competitors are we going against?
4.
We got a chance.
Well, we do have 5 though, so we've got the slight upper advantage.
Normally, we would flip a coin to determine who's going to be on offense and who's going to be on defense. But special rules for this particular engagement say that the Boros will be on defense.
I feel like he's really like, boo.
We got headband.
The crowd kind of hears a little boo, and they're all kind of looking at him like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
And Rocky's also like, who the fuck is this guy?
Okay, so if you guys don't have any questions, you play to 1 point or defeat your opponents to where they can no longer compete in battle. However you choose to do.
That's more.
Obviously, getting the points would be easier and probably less painful.
Whatever, you never seen us go.
Just a word of warning: the Captain Windlegost is here.
Is he watching?
He will be competing.
He owns the mess hall. We get the gravy.
Isn't he like
Yeah,
super?
the mess hall was named after him.
Well,
The rest of you not being in Boros Legion, you could make history checks to see if you have heard of Captain Windlegost.
you know how nice gravy
I am
is?
proficient.
If you think about it, gravy you can eat with no teeth. So if we get beat to shit,
I got a
we can still eat
15.
Gravy.
A 15. Captain Windlegost. How'd you do?
Not as good as that.
Captain Windlegost has been a member of the Boros Legion for almost 100 years. He is a giant.
Ah.
Not a full giant, but a giant. He is about 8.5 to 9 feet tall. He's actually a little bit bigger than your average Loxodon, but he has a presence on the battlefield that inspires his troops. He is known for carrying a massive shield and an even bigger sword.
I bet he is.
He has invented some of the techniques that all Boros Legionnaire soldiers learn as they go through camp.
All right.
He's responsible for those techniques.
I have a plan. Don't get hit by his sword. It's very big.
People have never actually seen him do much battling, but it's believed that his gear is, well, we'll just say not your standard issue stock.
Oh, great.
Damn.
Bullshit.
He fancies a mohawk.
Did you say Mohawk? Just making sure.
Pretty low.
Not the piece, yeah.
From the
I took
line
his
of
Mohawk.
giants, it's believed that he is related in some capacity to fire giants.
That means he has a 25 strength based on the rule book. Is he
If
wearing a
he
belt?
has true giant stats.
If he's wearing a belt, he's gonna have fire strength. Oh.
All right.
Well, if you all are ready, it'll be exciting. We've never seen Captain Windlegost in action before, so
He makes good gravy. I'm excited to see what he does with the sword.
I heard he fought 2 manticores with his bare hands once. I don't know.
Did he fight a kraken? I don't think so.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe he did.
He might have. He's been around a while.
It's
but
true.
Did he fight a kraken yesterday?
No. I think he waited around all
Yeah,
day
but
and,
not
and no
fun.
one came
Yeah.
to challenge him.
Well, he may have a great gravy and great strength, but he's never won a game hen.
Can we go back and recruit the Kraken
Eating
to our
contest.
team?
Yeah, Rocky won the game hen eating contest
We had,
3 years running.
We had an eating contest.
Yep.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
I pull out the canteen. I'm like sloshing around. I'm like,
It's a freaking frag grenade.
take a
Stun
drink out
enemies.
of like.
I like to fight on an empty stomach, so that way nothing
Oh,
slows me
okay.
down.
I like to be ready. Anything.
Smell like grave will petrify an enemy.
While you're setting it up,
So, in case we need it, where you going?
For initiative.
It's time to go to the bathroom. Before
It's bathroom time.
before we're in a 3 hour combat.
Hey, if your combat's are 3 hours, it's your own damn fault.
3 hour combat.
I know you do.
That means I gotta swing.
We don't even have to do combat. We can steal the flag.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
You really think it's gonna
Easy.
I mean, I told you that you guys can just use tactics. If you try to use tactics, you can win.
I was talking about the Aurelia of War, aka Art of War, that we have. We don't have to fight at all.
You guys are gonna start back here. This is like an archway made of wood. It's got some Boros phrases on it that you would recognize. They're written in different languages. One of them, it says across the top, "Victor goes to those who are the strongest." Things that's like inspiring stuff. Trees are difficult terrain if you're trying to go through them or around them. This is the flag, obviously.
So these are trees all the way to the ground.
Yes.
Ah, so like bushes.
No, like trees.
Okay.
And the trees, like everything that's on the map, is there. So I will let you guys get positioned into your positions. Yeah. I think the map needs to come your way a little bit more.
This way?
Yeah, this way. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Perfect. All right. So before we get started here, we do a little team huddle. What is our tactics? We want to try and do the thing that I was saying. 'Cause I feel like if we're fighting a legendary giant from Boros, me and Elvin try and take him on. Liz try and do a little control of the terrain, and if you could try and sneak by,
Get some support in here.
yeah, if you could try and sneak by or go invisible or any of that stuff you do, all we gotta do is get that flag and come back. I mean, where is the back line? Like, how far do we have to get the flag?
You got to get back to your starting point.
to the
Back.
starting point.
Okay, silly.
So,
I know, it doesn't seem that hard, right?
last square.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
all right.
Good news, the flag is trying to migrate toward us.
It's floating towards us, guys.
80 feet. 160 total. Does anyone have dimension door?
Unfortunately, not on this one.
Gus does.
I do on the other one. On like this.
Gus has it.
He does. I don't. I have giant insects though.
So what do we want to try and just fight them head on? Do we want to try and do that? Anyone else have another strategy? I do feel like
I mean, we could
I
always do the
feel like
classic.
at this point he heard the part about sneaking, hiding, they'll distraction, and Skriz takes off 30 feet into the woods, like the tree line, and he's going to use his bonus action to hide as soon as he gets to a good point. Just to get you all started good.
It's planned to me.
all right, sounds good.
We at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll say about 30 feet there.
All right.
Can I cast something before we commence the battle?
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to
Fireball.
My ring is gonna start glowing, and I'm gonna slap Elvin right in the back and say, "How y'all doing?" and cast heroism on him through my ring.
Okay.
And I think I'm prepared.
All right.
You got heroism for me, but it's Just 2 instead of 4. Or 2 instead of 4.
Better heroes.
Oh,
giant.
shit!
That's cool.
Did say giant. He looks like a big Rocky. Does he look like a bitch?
Yeah, you guys can take a look at them. The Boros Legion soldiers come out in their normal, ready for battle. This is not the normal games that you are used to seeing, as they are elegantly placed in. It's a mix of almost like ceremonial armors, and you can tell that some of these pieces of gear that they're wearing are relics from the vault. The vault that the Boros Legion hangs onto for the highest ranking members of the Legion. The treasures that they have collected throughout Ravnica, the rarest pieces of weaponry. So these are not going to be your traditional foot soldiers. And it looks like the Boros Legion took no stops as far as they are going to do everything that they can to stop you.
Do I know if the Peyrun sword came from the vault as well, or if it was something else?
You know that the Peyrun sword, it's not unique, and that there are others. There were originally 10 swords of the Parun.
Okay.
They may have been able to duplicate the enchantment since, but the original legendary swords of the Parun, there were 10 given to each of the original Paruns of Ravnica. So, how do we do on initiative? Elvin.
So
I guess I should put him
when Elvin gave everybody
Yeah, I got it.
their cool ass headbands, who all put them on?
I got mine wrapped
did.
around my arm.
You did? All right, well, when you did that, once everybody kind of did that for some team unity, I did cast everybody in the party has bless for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Nice.
What's that do?
You get a D4 on everything.
Yeah.
For damage rolls.
Except for
Yeah.
damage, yeah. What attack
And
rolls?
then you have heroism, don't forget that.
Cool.
Yep.
I did have 15.
15 for
For
Elvin.
initiative.
5.
5 for Rocky. Lizica.
Oh,
9.
9. And Skriznet.
15.
15.
Your dex is way higher.
I'm sure it is.
I have plus.
Your deck. But I'm multi-classing, so now I need 2 different spell modifiers.
Pain in the ass.
Yep.
Yep, I wouldn't know that feeling.
Mm-mm.
Being a warlock cleric. That doesn't heal.
A warlock.
Is this a Minotaur here?
Is it Wang?
It's not.
Wang's
It's
a
not.
Wings,
Wang's
yeah.
Trying to recruit him to our team after this.
You're gonna recruit him to our team.
Holy shit. I rolled like the same number for every person on my team.
And I hope it's all
One.
three.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't good.
21, 23.
All right. We're going to change up the music a little bit here, but
We
basically,
need some forest rock music.
Forest Rock.
I need the final song of Boromir getting sniped by the bow.
Yeah.
He's back on, he's at the top here. He's like, meat's back on the menu. Shit. we got to restock the cafeterias.
We need to get for the gravy.
He says it out loud. And you're like,
Wait a minute.
That's
that
a
means
whole turn. Ralph.
disadvantage.
the poisoned effect.
Yeah, he like clenches his fist, activates the gravy. My stomach churns.
You see my
Skriznet.
canteen like get like
You're up.
What's the cook, chef? Medium rare. Yes, chef.
after you're like talking about the plan, like
Elvin, you're on deck.
You're like, okay, distract, hide, got the, here we go, and I run towards the woods. My 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And as soon as I get to, I'm gonna stay like on the tree line a little bit. and I'm going to hold my action,
Okay.
and but bonus action, I'm going to hide.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Add your D4 as well.
Ooh, that's
Hit the button. Hit that button.
Let's see how high you can get with that D4.
Yeah, it might matter. Plus
What'd you say,
plus-
stealth? So 26, 27, 28.
28.
They see, they see right through your shit.
If there's nothing else from you, what are you holding your action for?
I want to kind of see if they see if they come for me in direction. I have a pyrotechnics spell that I'm holding that I might use to use as a distraction. I
If
could
they are
either
aggressive towards you,
not if I feel like they're coming towards me, that they might have seen me or where I'm at, then I'll use it as a
Flag.
like a smoke cloud to shoot in front of me to kind of
Okay, what's gonna be D4?
confuse them a little bit.
all right. Elvin, you're up. Lizica, you're on deck.
So he knows Skriz kind of went off into the woods. He's going to casually walk up. He's going to walk up 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yell at the 4 guards that are standing right there, and say, "How you doing, lord ass?"
There's like a little bush in the tree line.
Roll Constitution to see.
Oh my god.
Some of the Boros Legionnaire up at the tops are stamping their feet going, Lord, yes, Lord. Yes."
It's like, what's that movie? Stand by Me?
Stand by Me.
Yeah. Lord.
You get inspiration for recognizing the reference.
I finally get an inspiration.
Hey, lord ass, how you doing? A lot of puny gods for a small little flag. And when I do that, I'll stand right here, holding an action. But the only action I'm doing is when they start running towards me. Once they get about 15, 20 feet away, I'm gonna kind of give it a little runaway. I'll just hold it.
Okay.
I still have about 10 to 15 feet of movement, give or take.
Okay.
So I'll hold that. I'm not trying to be hostile. I shouldn't say hostile, but
I think you
I just
walked
read
that. You called him Lord ass.
That's it
Yeah.
from you, Lizica. It's your
Yeah.
turn.
I think I'll go ahead and use the scroll I have for the haste spell on Rocky.
the sword of 1,000 troops.
And then I'll stay where I'm at, but I'll have Benjamin kind of follow Skriz.
What did you cast?
The haste spell onto Rocky.
Just
What-
concentration?
Yes, I cast it through a spell.
I have
scroll.
haste.
And is a concentration on heroism.
I believe so. The ring should be
There you go.
concentration as
Put
well.
one of those on Rocky, put one of those on you.
I have one as well.
And put one of these on Elvin.
Yeah, I think everybody with Skriz has concentration up right now. Yeah.
Excellent.
And then I'll have Benji go into the woods as well, near kind of Skriz.
Okay.
Stealth as well.
That's it from you.
His action is hide. Yep.
Do I know with playing Capture the Flag before, what is the requirement for obtaining the flag? Is that a full
Requires an action.
A full action.
Mhm.
Okay.
The flag is not so much a flag as it is a. It is more. It actually does look very much like that pyramid shape.
How big is it?
It's big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Less than 10 pounds, you'd say?
I would say that it's at least 10 pounds, but yeah, it's not.
Okay.
It's not like a weight or anything like that. It sort of glows and beams with almost like radiant energy. The actual flag itself, they use these for almost like flares when they're out in battle. They're almost like a flare grenade. They can be used as a flashbang sometimes, or so it's a very common thing. They would have probably gone with something more traditional in flag, but when they originally founded the game, they just played with what they had, and the Boros Legion didn't really have a lot of extra things. Then it was one of their old captain's capes for a while that they used, but that got battered and torn. It's on display in one of the in the guild halls somewhere. They went back to the flashbangs as more of a tradition. Nice.
All right.
With that, it is the frontline medic's turn. That is the elven-looking character in the back, the tall, lengthy. He's actually a human, even though his character looks like he's an elf. He has a darker complexion. He looks like he comes from a place where the sun beams down a lot. Even though there's not really a place where that's like that here, he looks like he almost comes from some other world. He doesn't look like he belongs from Ravnica. He carries a long staff that's wrapped with it's like a golden rod metallic color with a sharp point at the top of it, almost like a pickaxe at the top. It's wrapped with red velvet and white velvet sort of ribbons along it. He himself is dressed in, it definitely looks like some sort of magical attire. Some type of a white robe laced with red buttons and flared out with like gold along the edges. You can see that he has energy crackling in his hand that looks like a mixture of fire and radiant energy. And he is emanating some sort of aura that kind of glows out from beyond him. Rocky, you do not recognize the magic. That is his action. Next up is the Reckoner. You do recognize the Reckoner as he was a recruit that joined not long after you did. He used to go by the nickname of Bones, and that was because, well, when he was done with his enemies, that's all that was left.
Nice.
So the Boros Reckoner is the Minotaur-looking creature. He comes up, pulls out his sword, which has crackling bits of lightning coming off of the edge of the blade, and he holds what looks to be almost like a lightning bolt in his fist as it comes sparking out. He is going to move in front of Captain Windigost one space, and then you're going to see the lightning start shooting out of his eyes and sparks. He points his sword down in a pretty much straight line towards Lizica, Elvin, and Rocky, and he casts a lightning bolt.
So, do I see it coming? Can I like dodge out of the way?
You still get to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I was just saying since I was holding action, but I didn't know if that counted.
You know you're not within 10 feet.
I am.
You get a +2.
Good. I'm gonna need it probably.
14. Mine's
How'd you do?
not good.
He
Okay.
rolled a 2.
It's fail.
17.
Pass.
14.
Oh,
Pass.
wait. I have my
Oh,
inspiration.
you do have your inspiration.
Fuck
That's
this
true.
dice. Let's go. Need a little light. Oh,
And it's
5. Yeah.
Yay, a 5!
Hang on.
Oh, you had that bless. That's right.
Oh yeah, plus bless.
I gotta put a dice next to this so I can.
Does a
21.
7 help?
It does not. You fail slightly less than you failed before, but you still fail.
No, better than a 2.
As you're gonna dive, you trip.
You trip and take it to the face.
You like Peter Griffin. You're like,
That's lightning bolt damage right there.
Do it. You can do it, Dougie. Lord,
So the Minotaur comes up with the white bits of lightning sparking out of his eyes, and you see the lightning bolt funneling out of his sword like an arcane focus, and it shoots in a straight line 120 feet past the gates of the arena, striking all of the people in its path.
Straight
Those-
line and it hits me.
Oh yeah, it comes. Dude, it's got a big arc on it.
it's got a big arc. Oh, he's like,
I mean, if you need the visual, we can show the visual for people at home. It comes out of there and it's like, "What's up, motherfuckers?" Yeah, and it gets all of you.
Yup. Doesn't look good to me.
you gonna keep rolling till you get it?
No, I'm just trying to warm them up.
All right, those that
Okay.
Lightning bolt's a lot of damage. Be prepared. basically fireball.
You better
We
hope
all
your
have to make a
you
conversation.
better hope you're bulletproof.
Those that pass take 15 lightning damage. Those that fail take 30.
Told you it's a lot.
Can we negotiate?
Can we negotiate?
The best I can do is 60.
Oh, I forgot to add this one. It's 31.
And that finished me.
I'm down.
That felt really good to roll that many
Alright.
dice.
So con save.
You need a 15 for yours.
You get a +2 to your con save too, and D4.
Haha, I saved. Thanks to all the. I rolled a 4,
I
but
saved.
thanks to all the modifiers I had.
How'd we do on our con saves, gents?
I got an 11. I
Okay.
rolled a 4, but I got an 11 because of all the modifiers I have around me right now.
Did you save in yours too? Con save.
Does a bear shit in the woods?
He,
Sometimes it's
Reckoner
in the field.
Bones looks back at Captain Windlegast. Windlegast kind of looks at him like, nice.
Nice one. That was a good shot. I got
Next up is going to be the Fire Fist, Fire Fist Smythe. You've heard his name. You know he's a higher ranking Fire Fist. He pulls out a long sword that seems to be ablaze with flame coming off of it now.
Now he's gonna cast fireball on us.
I mean, not exactly.
Well, I assume fire.
I regret my water.
We should have insulted the other ones.
They didn't
Yeah, I really should
For
not
whatever
pander
reason,
you
this
guys.
spell is not in my app, so I gotta look it up.
Man, I really need to stand further away from Elvin.
Yeah, you guys really should not stack up on top of each other like that.
We didn't try to. We had to start there.
You did not have to start there. You guys all had turns except for you.
For Rocky.
I'm still where I started.
To be fair, I didn't think about it at first. Now I'm thinking
He's
about
like,
it.
I didn't think it was gonna hurt this bad right off
I
the
didn't
bat.
know. I didn't know it was gonna hurt.
I didn't know he was gonna cast
yeah, I'll
lightning
take one.
bolt.
Okay. Holy shit!
Yay!
I can't do that. Okay.
Okay.
Give me like,
Where's the girl to die?
give me like 10d10 damage.
Oh shit.
He's playing the classic DM wins.
I tried to kill you guys last week and you won. You guys always fucking win.
You know what? Why break the streak?
Okay, he's not going for fireball range.
In the arms of an angel.
Is this going to be one of those contests where Skriz has to win by himself?
Maybe.
I think that would be awesome. We all sit here for 3.5 hours and just watch Skriz.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking
Moonbeam.
great. Thank you, sir.
All right. Fire Fist Smythe, with his sword in hand. What the hell is the range?
I
on
really
that?
need
It's
to
a good
invest in
one.
counter spell.
Holy
So
shit!
how much peach crown's in there? I saw the bottle upstairs. Oh
Uh,
shit. Damn, how much movement?
Probably like,
here.
probably like
I'm
3.
gonna cast this here.
I'm feeling it's not.
It's healing word.
Didn't know healing word had that radius.
Thank
You
you.
see the flame on his sword brighten. The flames wreath around it. They start spinning in almost like a coil, and this spiral of fire shoots up into the sky, going from just normal natural flames to such a bright, hot white radiance. It shoots up like a rocket and then comes down, landing in a 10-foot radius in that vicinity. He is casting Flame Strike.
Not heard of that spell before.
That's hot.
You see this 40-foot cylinder of fire drop down in a 10-foot radius right over top of your heads, like the heavens themselves are raining down upon you. I need Rocky and Lizica to make dexterity saving throw.
Use one of my
Okay.
two. So far,
Oh, come on.
Oh, and +4.
Uh-huh.
Or, well, plus
It's a
D4.
plus D4. It's not going to help. Not this time. Not unless the save is a 9, which it's not.
Fail.
You took your +2, right? And the D4?
Mm-hmm. I rolled a 3.
Better hope you're bulletproof.
I rolled a
'cause
3
this
and
is
still
about-
got a 9. That's not enough.
Dirty 20 to save.
That does save.
You cheat this.
Well, the con save is going to be like 30 now.
Okay.
It's half the damage. So maybe-
Yeah, it's going to be 60. Just-
So,
I might.
as this pillar of fire comes down from the sky, and it doesn't even look like fire anymore. It just looks like white radiant flames just bathing over top of you. It's the hottest source of fire that you've ever felt in your entire life.
More skin sloughs off.
If
of
you
yeah,
fail,
turn his
you
skeleton
take
by the end of
1,
this fight.
2, 3. You're going to take 6 points of fire damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
If you failed, I rolled 3 1s on that. And you're going to take
90 radiant.
you'll take 14 points of radiant damage.
Should have been way worse.
So if you pass, you take 3 and 7.
So 10.
So that's a total of 20. So still a 10 con save. Okay, I passed.
Man, I'm gonna have to fucking.
So
heal
does
before I
it
get
stay
No,
now?
it does not
Okay,
stay.
okay, good.
I think Chris is in the woods, like behind a tree in the bush. He's like, I'm never coming out of
I
those
don't
woods."
use very many spellcasters against you because they can make a
Don't
fight
cry,
go
don't cry,
pretty
don't
quick.
Yeah.
That
that's
is
why
going
I-
to be his movement and his action. He is done. Rocky, you're up. Rocky, you gotta be hurting, bro.
I'm hurting too. Took me down to
I'm
pretty
cruising
much half.
I'm cruising for a bruising.
I want to say half. 'cause
I
I
won't
took
lie,
the
that
top
was
feet,
fun. I
otherwise
got to
it
cast
would've
lightning bolt and flame strike in the same turn.
been- Yeah.
So many
He's just like a
d6s.
run for it.
Man, this isn't even the main guy.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm hasted, so my movement's doubled. I have an extra action that I
Yep.
can use for shit. So I'm gonna use my full movement plus my hasted action to dash.
Okay.
And I'm going to run around in a way to try and avoid a opportunity attack from him. So I'm going to kind of come towards the side here and dash to the flag. That's about 75.
Okay.
I'll use my regular action to pick up the flag.
Okay.
And then bonus action to Misty Step that way.
Oh my gosh.
And then keep running.
Reaction to you grabbing the flag. Captain Windlegoss turns around. He makes a shield attack at you.
Good luck.
Does a
87 hit.
quite? It's not quite that good. Does a 19 hit you?
Ooh.
Okay.
Hit pretty much anybody else though.
So you see this massive shield as you come in close, and you're moving at this unnatural speed. You're looking at this older giant. He kind of looks at you like that scene
Yeah.
in Superman, where like the Flash is running and it looks like Superman can't see him. Then he's like, it's kind of like that, and he reaches out and tries to clang you with this shield, but you're able to kind of duck out of the way.
All right, so I'll pick up the flag then, and then Misty Step 30 feet.
Okay.
Just when you thought
Very
you
nice.
had
Just
the
out of melee
flag.
range.
So I'm 30 feet, and then I'll use the rest of my movement to move an additional 45 feet.
Make a dexterity saving throw as you move 10 feet. You didn't
So-
think it was going to be that easy, did you?
Probably not.
Let's see. That is very successful.
You got it. You got a +4.
2, yeah. Plus D4.
So 18, 22, 23.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
If only I didn't see right through your plan, Kaiba.
DC was 20. The actual flag itself bursts off a bright flash of radiance. I need you now to make a con save as well.
Gosh.
It was a fake flag. D4.
There you go.
Not 20 plus D4. Plus 2, so the total of 26.
Yeah, you're good.
Save was 25.
So I can keep moving, or do I have to
No,
stop?
no, you can keep
You
moving.
use 10, so you have 35 left.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You're 1 square away.
I had to go around a little bit.
Can we take the
And
flag
then-
off of him as an action?
So that
too?
is my bonus.
Yeah, if you're not
action.
dead.
True. I forgot
So
that the
bonus
one guy
action,
has
my
to go
haste
next.
action,
Oh
my
god.
move action, and all my movements.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the guy he hasn't gone yet.
So as I Misty Step away from Brobeans here, I'm going to say, I like your gravy. And give him the peace sign as my visual component. And I'll end my turn.
Okay. Captain Windlegust.
Oh god, we're gonna die.
Captain Windlegust looks down as you run by. You're slippery. I can deal with that. Let's see how good your footing is.
I can fix it.
He takes his shield and slams it down into the ground, and the entire earth around you begins to shake, quake, move, and begin to shift. He's using some sort of magic within his shield to alter the terrain type itself. Where you are standing thus becomes a very steep incline. I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, you get a +2 for. You get a +2 for Dex something. Hold on, I gotta look up the
It's advantage on dexterity.
Oh yeah.
I need Lizica to also make a dex save and Elvin to make a dex save.
Well, fine. Elvin
Yeah.
will. Yeah, let's go. 6
I can do
bitches.
+2
you are
raise
not
to
prone, Elvin, and you move down the pathway
How-
there 15 feet.
How high up does it move?
I move back.
No, you move towards them.
Okay.
Like the earth actually shifts and kind of tilts up like this.
So I take damage?
No, you just get knocked down when you come down.
I
get
rolled. I rolled a 1.
So you also become prone and you get knocked down 15
Okay.
feet as well.
23.
You're
So
good.
15 feet towards him.
I know.
You go towards
When
them.
there's just natural talent in life, you just
15.
can't teach it.
I'm prone. Okay.
Okay, so that's going to be his main action. His next action, because he has some things he wants to do.
Clobber
called me
Elvin for
lard
calling the
ass.
lard.
He's going to use his bonus action.
Oh no.
I'm still holding an action.
Yeah, that's fine. You're also prone.
You are prone. That's true. Yeah. He has
I'm
enough.
still holding an action.
He has enough movement to stand up. That's about it now. Oh god.
I believe that's Mr. Gilmore's jacket.
He's going to come up and he's going to attack you.
Can I trigger my action?
Mhm.
So as he's doing this and making the charge attack at me, when I fall on the ground, all the gravy that Skriz has been giving me, I'm going to let out a gut-wrenching fart and do breath of death. A 15-foot cone. Everybody in the 15-foot cone makes a Constitution saving throw. Creature takes 3d6 necrotic damage on a failed save. The breath leaves behind a fog that's heavy, obscures the area until the beginning of the next turn. So you can't see Rocky no more.
I'm going to legendary resistance.
Well, it still drops a fog.
That's fine.
But you don't take any damage.
Correct. He's going to whack the shit out of you.
Does not have-
I'm just trying to get Rocky out of here. 'Cause I'm a-
It's a 21. Hit.
Miss. No.
He whacks you with a sword that doesn't really quite look like a sword. It almost looks like a club that's pointed at the end.
So does it actually look like that?
Yes.
That's sick.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as he clubs this thing down on you. Using his multi-attack, he'll attack again. 17 to hit.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I had to think about it for a second. Well, actually, disadvantage. You need to do disadvantage on the first one.
Why?
Oh,
My cloak of.
I have advantage because you're prone.
That's
so it's a
true.
normal roll. Okay.
That's a normal-
But you hit me, so that cloak doesn't work. Okay.
The second attack is.
You said 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hit.
It's another 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That's going to be it for Captain Wintercost.
Okay. This area in a 15-foot cone is all obscured by fog. Because
Or-
I shit myself.
Until his turn.
And did breath
Until
of
his
death, and did
next
breath of
turn.
death. To try to block you from getting so you can get out.
I shit myself.
Shit myself.
Don't
Screwsy,
use
you're
the
up.
word shit
I know.
around me ever again.
It was all the gravy.
Play to your advantage. What was the big dude's name again?
Captain Windelgost.
How much is you had that thing? 10-foot radius is what, like
10-foot
here?
radius is 10 on each side,
All right.
everywhere around.
That's 10 radius.
He'd be the only one of it. Well, he would be in it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's both.
Okay. Or if I did those two, would that be close enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
The square she's in touch.
All right. I think with these two right here, I'm going to, after seeing Rocky, damn it, like Skriz is behind there, like run out there, run out there, and he pulls out the wand, and he's like, "You can help this time." No, you fucked me last time, and he puts it back. And he reaches behind the tree that he's hiding behind, and he lights a little flame on his finger, and he points it towards this right here between these two, and he like shoots it, aims it. He's like, he's holding his finger right, like he's just trying to aim it right, and from his finger he shoots this little flame that just shoots out, and it's like. It lands, and when it lands between them, it just goes off into like a shit ton of fireworks. It just blows up to blind them.
Thinking of like Iron Man when he shoots that thing with the tank in the first one. It's like, ting.
Yeah, so when he does, it lands, and they're like, "What the hell was that?" It's like a little flame, and then all of a sudden it's like, and you start shooting off fireworks everywhere, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Fucking blinded. They do a Constitution saving throw, which would be a 15.
So Reckoner, he got a 16.
Yeah, that passes.
And Fire Fist got a 17.
Yeah, well, that was a fucking wasted turn. That was my action. Movement, I think I'm just going to stay. So if I don't move, do I need to...
You did just shoot a spell.
I shot a little tiny hole.
But you still shot a spell.
So what I'm going to do now...
You can make, you can
Well,
bonus
fuck it.
action hide again.
Yeah, if I'm going to do that, they saw where it came from. So I'm going to move down this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Closer to Rocky with the flag. And I will stealth again.
Plus D4.
I'll plus that. So 11, 12, 13.
Captain Windlegost is going to use a legendary action. He's going to club Elvin again. 15? Okay. Elvin, you're up.
Gain your 2 temp HP for me. And last turn if you didn't do it.
So Elvin,
Yeah, I saw it too.
What's he at? 3?
I would have been dead. I gained 4.
Man, you took a beating when I went to Tinkle.
Yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
He called me Lardass.
Yeah.
I mean, Lardass does ensue his revenge in the movie.
Well, Your Highness Lardass,
Not making it any better.
I think you underestimate my team. And you underestimate my bows. And I'll do Breath of Death again, causing another pocket on this side of me. So it's just basically this, I got this ray to run into of just darkness.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to get away from him after I do it. He
Okay.
can use his legendary resistance to make a con
Well,
save.
if I fail a resistance check, what's the?
It's a con save. You do take 3.
I did not fail that one.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure you still take half. Yeah, you do. Let's see.
I didn't take half from last time.
Yeah, but you use a legendary resistance, so you said the spell didn't work, right?
No, the spell works fine. I just stayed.
automatically saves.
Let me roll for the first one then, because I thought you did. Okay. So You take 6 on the first one.
Got it.
Now for this one, you take 5. But I'm gonna try to get away. I'm gonna try to run backwards and try to get around this corner. I'm in the fog still.
I'm gonna say that would obscure his vision, or else he'd get to whack you again with an attack.
Like I
of
said,
opportunity.
not knowing if he actually lost vision or anything. I'm just, like I said,
for flavor sense, I'm gonna let you have it. I know what you were trying to do.
I release the boughs. Big obscure fog kind of comes up. I kind of slip under the shadows, hopefully, because I knew there was this like archway. If I can just get around that, I know I'm encumbered. That's all I was trying to do.
Anything else from you?
No, I'm just kind of hiding,
All right. I'm gonna use
holding my breath.
second legendary action
second
of
breath
the
in there.
round.
There's just this cone right here. That's just all fog.
He is going to move up to move him up into melee with Lizica and Rocky.
You're welcome.
That required the last 2 of his legendary actions.
I forgot to make a concept. We're good.
Lizica, you're up.
Okay.
Run away.
Now I don't know what to do. It's really- Shoot. Okay. It's still up still.
So is this all difficult terrain now?
Yeah, but it's not gonna matter. I mean, he's only got to get like 5 feet.
Yeah.
No, I meant just for anybody.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess I'll go around him, staying in melee, and I'll take the disengage action and just run into the woods here, so I'm not, clumped up on everybody. So I took the disengage as
Okay.
my action.
You're moving through difficult terrain.
This is difficult terrain.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't make it very far. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to not be seen. I don't have bonus action hide, so I can't do anything.
All right. The frontline
Get
medic.
this guy a bit closer because I might have to deal with something.
The wizard-looking guy is going to move 30 feet in a straight line. It looks as though he is preparing some type of a spell. He's holding his action. He is done. The Boros Reckoner, the one with the crazy-looking flaming sword, is going to use his movement. He moves 30 feet in a straight line. He ignores difficult terrain.
He is in the cloud.
It's fine.
Just like
And then he is going to use his action to dash another 35 feet.
It's just
he is
straightforward.
out of the cloud.
He's going to try and get engaged with Rocky. If he can.
15, 20, 25, 30.
That's Mr. Gilmore shit.
Okay.
Well, now's my turn to peek.
Fire Fist.
Just get fireball. Before you go. bonus action reaction fireball. Oh yeah, actually fireball.
The Fire Fist, the flame on his sword lights up again. It becomes a brilliant flash of red energy this time, as you see bits of red and yellow lightning strike off the tips of it, and he points it up into the sky, and it shoots up again in a very similar nature to the radiant flames that hit you before, and it drops down in front of Rocky and spreads out into a 60-foot long, 20-foot high wall of flame. So it actually engulfs pretty much 5, 10, 15, 20. It hits all this right here. And it goes 60 feet long, so he's dropping the wall of fire here.
To block everybody, or
I mean, you can move through fire. It just hurts.
where's the wall of fire at?
I don't think I have a template for it.
But it's here.
I fell into a party. There you go. Anybody else here Johnny Cash?
Burn, burn, burn.
A ring of fire.
It's in like a 60-foot line, so I'm dropping this wall of fire right.
Like right through the middle of it.
Down,
Yeah,
down.
basically right through the pathway.
Don't plant higher. And it burns.
So it's gonna hit the Boros Reckoner too.
The ring of fire.
So you see massive flames erupt from the point of impact. Everyone that hit into the wall of fire, you need to make a
With the D4. With the D4 down.
dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, you're not on fire.
Real man.
Who did that?
The Boros, I'm sorry, the Fire Fist.
That's what it feels.
22.
feels
That's a save.
Would I know if this spell is concentration?
You probably would know that.
16.
16
You got
is a save.
it. He took too long to answer that.
The ring of fire. It didn't sound like that many dice. Was that your native?
So it is going to
Yeah,
be anyone that failed, meaning the Boros Reckoner. They take 20 points of fire damage. Everyone that passed takes 10. This spell is concentration.
Heroism is good for concentration.
If a creature enters the wall area for the first time or ends their turn there, they take the damage again. And that is going to be his turn. Rocky, you're up.
All right. So I'm already in the ring. So do I take the damage?
No,
again?
because you entered it, you made your thing. If you stay there, you'll
Yeah.
have to take it again.
Okay. I would like to take my hasted action as disengage, and then
I think you can only take the hasted action as an attack action.
Nope.
attack,
You can take it
disengage,
as
hide, dodge.
yeah. Attack one weapon attack only, dash, disengage,
Okay.
hide, or use an object action.
Okay.
So I will do that, and then keep running.
You got off the map. You hear all of the Legionnaires in the stands begin to cheer. Captain Windlegoss looks past you and kind of, you can see like through the wall of fire, you see the outline of him. He kind of sticks his face through the flames. It doesn't seem to hurt him, and he kind of gives you a nod.
After I go through and kind of like receive that, I'll put the flag down and then try and go back for like a handshake.
As you kind of reapproach, the Fire Fist drops the wall of fire from concentration. You see where it was at. There's a big line of soot and cinder. Yeah, he's just standing there.
So Elvin, seeing that we have potentially won, seeing
All
Rocky
safe
drop
at
the
security.
flag, he's going to walk up right behind the captain. Well, Captain Lawdass, you make a mean gravy, but whew, I might be lactose intolerant. I'll drop my final 3rd level spell as I walk out. I'll crop dust him as I'm walking out. And I'll smack him on the ass. I'm biting with 6 HP. If you want to hit me, fuck, dude.
I make the con save.
Take 5.
As you turn to get close to him to smack him on the ass, he uses his reaction to make an attack of opportunity against you. Yeah, I didn't even get any bonuses, and that's a 19. He smacks you with a shield.
His body just flying through.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're knocked prone.
On your turn, you gain 2 HP.
He's like a 1 HP. He's on the ground. He's like barely able to
And
stand
then heal
up.
2. I'm at 3.
Yeah, so I'll go and try and get a handshake from him and say,
You can't see him. He's in a cloud of fog.
if you could step forward.
It doesn't
please.
last that long. It only
Yeah,
lasts
he moves.
for, like,
He
a
moves
round.
into a clearing.
Yeah, those elven crop dust. I'll tell you what. It was a pleasure competing against you, sir. Mr. Windsor. Really enjoy your gravy. And I hope one day there's Rocky Hall as well. Hopefully. No hard feelings. He didn't mean the lard thing.
Yeah.
That was just a joke.
And we have karaoke at Rocky's
We do have a bar though.
every third of the third month.
Everyone from Boros is invited tonight.
Yeah.
9
I
p.m.
feel like at this point,
4, 5, 6.
In
precincts.
competition, you can't have hard feelings. Only hard actions. Congratulations. I'm glad to see that one of our own can make it up against fierce competition.
Hope we win the whole thing and make Ravnica better.
How many does that put you at? How many have you completed?
Quite a few now. This would be the 5th one, I believe.
Good
So-
luck.
About halfway.
Ravnica rests in your hands.
Give the rest of them hell though. Don't take it easy on them.
We weren't taking it easy on you.
I'm just saying. Hopefully you learned something from me, and maybe since your styles taught me so much, maybe you learned.
I feel that that's how you were able to avoid the foot traps, and you knew that the radiant would explode. That you were prepared for those things.
all the inner help for the Boros.
I'm not upset with the performance. You performed well. You used your skills and abilities to the fullest of their ability. You used your knowledge of our tactics against us. That's what a good soldier would do.
Thank you, sir. It really means the world to me. And again, the Lord, he didn't mean it. That's what he does when we fight.
He should be careful with his mouth.
Team spirit.
yeah, he
One
might
day
go.
He might insult the wrong person.
He might insult the wrong Kraken.
He's already insulted the wrong person. It hasn't turned out well. He does. Here's a fun story. He's actually got the highest death count out of all of us.
I don't find that hard to believe at all.
So it makes sense.
I can't believe you used magic to bring him back.
I didn't necessarily magic him back. He just kind of came back.
There is an
investigated the
oddness
case.
about him. He reeks of death.
He's very weird.
He reeks of something, and I'm walking by, and I'm like,
Yeah, I think it was the whole lactose thing he was talking about. I mean, his bowel may be dead.
You may go and collect your ley line energy at the flag pedestal.
All right, Liz, that's for you.
That's my cue.
You walk up the pyramid thing, up the stone steps, and you see the fist emblem of the Boros illuminate as you approach, and you hold out the pendant, and it's you feel the white and red energies around it swirl and flow and almost like beam straight into your medallion, lighting up the Boros insignia symbol on your pendant of the champions. And with that, you have collected 5 of the mana ley lines in the illicit maze. Once you get your next long rest, you will level up.
Hell yeah!
So the Boros Legionnaires from all around getting to see Captain Windlegost in action. You hear a bunch of them just applauding and clapping, and you hear a bunch of chanting, "Rocky, Rocky."
Oh, stop it! Let's see if I can't find Wang afterwards.
Elvin's still on the ground. He's probably like, and I feel like Skriz just grabs him by the scruff, like, shut up and let's
Yeah,
go.
really. 1 HP, mister.
Wang actually does come down. He's at the main gate as you guys are like exiting the arena.
Hey, Wang, did you see that?
Whoa!
I know.
When that wall of fire thing at the end,
Oh man!
and then he stuck his face through it and was just like, like,
didn't even affect him.
oh my, wow.
One day, that's gonna be me and you.
I don't think so. Fire hurts.
It does now. It probably hurt him previously, but
I mean,
I don't know.
that was amazing. You made him look like some kind of rookie, and
No, no.
I mean, they threw everything at you.
well, their training, his training, he helped me beat him. I mean, if this is another lesson that your mentor can teach you, follow the training. It works. Also, kind of on that regard, what are you up to? We're looking to find someone else to help us out.
I'm busy helping here right now.
I understand, but chance to save Ravnica. I mean,
Yeah, I'd like to, but I got orders. I'm meant to be part of the competition, not part of the competition.
I don't know. Maybe I can talk to what's her name, Reza, and see what I can do. I mean, this isn't just about Boros; it's about everyone.
You're right.
I'll see if I can't find her. If with her blessing, would you be willing to join up with the gravy train for a little while?
It would be very painful for me to represent any house but Boros.
It's not about representing another house, though. It's representing all of Ravnica is what we're fighting for.
I know, but you guys are considered the weird ones.
And we're winning.
You are.
So I mean,
Both have W's.
Plus, with the state of things, I've also been keeping an eye on Rose.
well, yeah, there's that.
I kind of felt that that might be almost as equally important.
Who's Rose?
Rose is my wife.
He's still with her?
What? Get out. I'm gonna try to.
You kind of know that this competition is going to bring out the worst in people, and you could potentially get some new enemies, some old enemies, and got troops constantly watching. I go in and check up on her, and I was trying to be a friend.
Yeah. I
I feel like Ellen's really doing that. Like,
100%. 100%.
Checking up on her.
I feel like at that time that's like Skriz is like like where he's grabbed him. He sees him do that. Like he's like fucking Skriz like grabs him and just gives him a shocking grasp.
Please do it.
HP.
Yeah, I dropped heroism. Well, I'm sad you can't join us, but I am real happy and grateful that you're watching after the family for me. And
Well, I
keeping me safe.
mean,
Still part of the
she's practically
competition.
a sister to me.
Does your one kid look like an elephant?
Half cow,
Damn.
Some kind of blatant.
having a nice like brother to brother moment, and you're just rooting it.
I'll ruin it.
With the Elvin.
Well, Wayne, like I was telling you, we're all meeting up at the bar this evening. I have a bar. We have a bar.
That's incredible.
I know it's called Rockies.
Okay,
Yeah.
You hear?
I'll tell some of the boys to come.
Yeah, I'll just tell them the whole story. It's precinct. I think it's 5. It might be 4, but it's kind of where 5 and 6 intersect in like the smelting corridor. You know what I'm talking about.
And we have karaoke every third day of the third month.
Which is tonight.
Man, I feel like
Okay.
I'm in a deja vu moment for the third time.
And I'll go in to give Wang like a handshake, and if he accepts, I'll just pull him into like big old hug.
He does accept, and you try to wrap your arms around this massive elephant body, and he wraps his trunk kind of like around your head a couple of times and gives you like this weird trunk hug. And he whispers in your ear, "I missed you."
One day,
Pineapples.
one day.
Good luck, Rocky.
Thanks, Wang. I appreciate it.
You guys have made this episode weird.
Yeah, usually it's you. Usually it's you that make the episodes weird.
It's not my fault. You set it up so perfect. I'm watching after the family. Why are you winking? Nothing.
I don't know what you mean.
So where to?
Well, I think Elvin needs a couple minutes
Man,
to
just
heal up here a little bit.
Hey, if we knock him out, I can use my healing spells better.
new pair of pants.
You don't say.
Preferably. Shit my drawers 3 times.
Well, we can go into Windlegast Hall and eat some gravy and recover for like an hour or so.
Sounds good to me.
And then
So you're
talk
taking a
about-
short rest.
talk about what next plan of action is.
Short rest.
All right. You sort of receive almost like a slight hero's welcome as you wander in through the main halls of Sunhome, back into the very familiar cafeteria area that you spent one of your first nights in Ravnica together, as well as the Gravy Train. You were able to,
Roll a one.
because it's still very early in the morning, you're able to still get some of the breakfast servings and definitely the gravy served in the buffet style that you so famously made Rocky aware that he is a germaphobe in like episode 2.
Yep.
There are others of the Boros Legion that are in there, but the crowd in here is very light in comparison. Between the competition, the competitors, and just the general chaos that's been around the city, the extra patrols, there aren't as many Legionnaires just looming and hanging about. And obviously there are very few new recruits as of late. So the halls seem almost empty in comparison. But there are still some about. Mostly the elderly members of the Boros Legion seem to be kind of hanging back, holding down the fort. But as you've seen with Captain Windlegost, elderly doesn't necessarily mean incapable.
True.
So you are able to find one of the long tables. You were able to gather the things for a short rest, and you guys will be able to do your short rest things now.
To the short rest, I gained 56 HP back.
Well, I can get spell slots back, so I can heal you if you want.
No, I just spent hit dice. It's not gonna matter.
And then
Well, if you're not
if I
full.
could
I'm full.
retroactively talking the sending stone like before bed last night, telling Rose that we were going to be at Boros today if they could come to the competition and see what she thought about seeing us in battle.
Rose does come in through the main gate of Sunhome. A short time after you emerge victorious from the arena. She's there without the children. The children are not with her, just Rose shows up. She looks happy to see you as she comes in and sits down at your table.
Did you see our battle out there?
That was amazing.
I'm so happy. I mean, everything they taught me was just like I wasn't even thinking. I was just reacting.
It looked like instinct, yeah.
How are the kids?
They're good. I didn't bring them. I wasn't really sure
Yeah, it's
how this was going to go. It looked a little scary at first.
is someone watching them or is
Well, of course, they're being guarded by troops right now.
awesome?
That we have a patrol by the house pretty much constantly now. Wang has been in and out just to make sure that things have been good.
That's good to hear. Well, I don't want to keep you away from them too long. Just wanted to say hi and miss you and the kids, and
What do you think you'll do next?
I gotta talk to the team, see what they feel. I know we got a couple of really heavy battles and coming up ahead, but we're halfway, and
You've already completed half of the challenges.
yeah, day 2.
That's incredible.
Well, we are trying to be pretty effective and swift about what we do, and
I'm
smart.
sure after the victory here today, you may have more teams chasing to eliminate you from the competition.
Well, they might. They may also know not to do that because well,
You could also invoke fear, yes.
we're kicking ass. I mean, I don't want to. Well, I'm okay with spreading the rumor. We killed a kraken.
A kraken.
Yesterday, last night. It was a rough battle, but we took it out.
You fought a kraken.
We defeated a kraken.
How are you all still alive?
Exactly. So if that doesn't enlist fear into the other competitors, I don't know what will.
I'm very proud of you,
Thank you.
but be safe. I'm sure that the other competitions will be just as harsh.
They've all been pretty challenging so far, if not physically, mentally, endurance-wise.
You've only been here for like
It's what you were
2 of
thinking.
them.
Yeah, too.
It's like, nah, my team had it. I was upstairs, doing some stuff.
That's not. I was confident. I was confident in the composure. I mean, I had Captain Lardass on my fucking on the payroll over here.
I don't want to keep you from the kids though. So go ahead and you can if you want to get to go gravy. They've got those. But I'll be back soon.
Excellent. Well, good luck.
Thanks for keeping me company.
She goes back out through the main gate and
Okay.
Into the courtyard, and you kind of watch her walk off into the distance.
God damn, she's got a nuss. Never mind.
Judas.
So
Terrible.
the table is yours. You may discuss your next plan of action.
We're thinking about doing the. Is it next? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, was that not what you guys thought?
My doors.
Oh, is that nearby too?
Yeah.
That's fine.
It is not nearby.
Then never mind.
You guys are in precinct
Something.
the one that
Four.
we went to four.
Four? Yeah.
Where a
Isn't
bar,
it-
where a bar
isn't
may
it-
or may not be.
Is it? And then Gruul are in precinct 4, right?
They are.
Okay.
So there's only 6 teams left.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest is it because we're probably gonna need a long rest before the Gruul one. So
Guys, we got a pretty high chance of winning. Somewhere in like the 18 to 17% range.
let's up those odds and get another one.
I mean, I think we would just go to the next one. I think it was either is it or
It
The
is
Gruul.
Gruul or Nivix.
Yeah, I think Nivix is probably a better bet after just taking a short rest.
okay. Is
We'll see.
Is Wayne gonna help us?
He is not gonna help us out. He's
Is he busy?
he's pretty caught up in the moment. He's doing a lot for the borough, helping run the competition, doing the rounds through the city. He's helping guard the family. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah, trained him up well. My little mentor.
yeah. You know, it can get lonely.
Yeah.
Not having a dad around.
Well, they got a dad around, just not physically present. But, the good thing is I told them after we do this and we save Ravnica, I'm going to retire my sword and be full-time dad.
You know, I have heard. This is just tall tales. Take it with a grain of salt. And sometimes soldiers come back home from battle and their wife has found another lover. I didn't run into it myself, but you're a handsome lad. You'll find somebody.
Well, considering that I can see why you died the first time.
And the second, and the third, and the 57th time.
Well, if you're worrying about me and my relationship, you don't have to worry about it. We're solid. So up in going to the Nivix next. I hear
Is that real?
to the is
What are
it
you
one?
worried about?
Do we do is it, or do you want to do the Gruul?
Well, if we go to Gruul, we might meet his dad.
Would you rather be level 9 for Gruul?
Well,
Do we
won't
wanna
be
take
level
another-
9 until we take a long rest?
exactly.
Wait,
So-
we're gonna get level 9.
Once we take a long rest.
Yes,
You
once
even
you
be
once you
paying
take
attention?
once you take your long rest, you will gain a level.
We were thinking.
I'm
the
feeling pretty
Gruul-
tired. No.
The girl has a brute challenge, probably a fight, and then we were thinking, is more traps, droids, problem solving, intellectual.
All things we're strong at. Problem solving, traps.
I feel we should do the Gruul.
Why do you feel that way?
Alright.
Because I ate some gravy, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like we should do that one.
I mean, we're all pretty much full on abilities.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down 1 second level.
I
slot.
used I got all my spell slots back. So.
That's just my opinion.
Where we went, did the place we went, I'm assuming it serves food.
You're in the
Sunhole?
Sunhole.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in the mess hall.
Does it have game hen?
Roll the D100.
$17.
17.
Not today.
Shit. I was just gonna do like a wishbone thing. Shortest bone we would go to pick.
You probably find maybe pheasant or chicken.
Okay,
No,
I'm just
well-
looking for a bone to pick.
Are you-
Like, and not like.
And we just okay. Hold on. And you see, like Skriz like picks up in his nose, and he pulls out 2 hairs. Does that work? To set it
Shortest
there?
straw.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Left or right?
I'll go with the right hair.
I figure best roll.
Yeah, makes sense.
Are we doing D20s?
Yep.
You know what? Let's switch it up.
Well,
Let's do
the
D100.
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 All right.
Hey, at least you have a really low chance of rolling the same number.
29.
42.
Highest roll wins or lowest roll wins?
Highest.
So what are you guys voting?
Yeah. Well, we were gonna decide where we go, but based on picking the hairs. Let the fate decide.
And what has fate told you?
He gets to pick.
We're going to gruel.
We're going to roll.
Okay.
It's time. Fighting.
You guys gonna take that nap first, or
Yeah, let's take a nap.
We took a short rest.
I'm tired.
You don't want to.
I feel like if I take a nap right now, I will be stronger tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna probably have a battle on the gruel. It'd be
We
nice
got
to go to that level
139.
I mean, how far out is
you
it?
guys? By the time that you guys have decided all this, you guys are going to be burned another hour before you head to Skarg.
So it's gonna be another hour.
We'll have 130 hours.
It's going to take about 100.
do
It's going to take about another hour to get
3
to
other
Skarg.
quests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to travel deep through
Yeah.
Gruul territory.
Let's take a short rest.
We just
We
did.
just took a
Long
short
rest.
rest.
We just
Because we'll be at 130 hours going into the Gruul. We'll have all of our spell slots plus a
Yeah, I have not updated this. You guys should be at 130 hours.
plus a full. Wait. That's at if we take a long rest, we'll be at 130.
We'll be at 125.
No, you'll be at 130 if you take a long rest.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
130.
We'll have 130 hours to do 4 quests.
and we can do that. That's fine.
And we're level 9. I've been doing some research. Level 9.
Third level spell slot.
Whatever y'all want to do.
We'll go to your area, Gruul, but we're doing the sleep. Because I feel something in my stomach. I ate some gravy and I feel stronger if I eat
Okay. When are you taking the rest?
now.
Okay, you guys want to go to bed after you guys just woke up.
That's like 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying.
Fine, fuck it. We'll go to the Gruul. Let's go.
You guys
We don't have to go to the gruel. If you guys fight me
Well-
enough on this, we don't have to go to the gruel.
I'm ready to go to the Gruul. 'Cause it's going to be a fight. I like
It's
fighting.
gonna be a heck of a fight. It's not gonna be easy.
I
at all.
have
He's already
no
told
level
us.
slots.
He already told us it's not gonna be easy.
It's not my fault that you waste on stupid fart spell.
I cleared the path so he could.
You cleared dick. You
what?
didn't accomplish shit that. Like you accomplished as much as I did. I hid in the woods and beat against a tree
You
and
know-
shot a fireball, a
You know, when you say
firework.
that, I really hope that Wang is cheating with
Oh.
his wife.
What? What does it have to do?
Like he did more than you did. Like run the opposite direction, but
I'm distracted. You hid in the fucking bushes.
I had a plan.
So did I.
Your plan was just to be a dumbass, called him a lard ass.
Did it work?
No,
Who did they hit the
no.
most? Who did they hit the most?
They always hit you the most. Like you have a shirt with a bullseye on it.
I swear you guys.
Like Captain Dickhead over here.
You know what?
hit
You
me
haven't been the
first.
same since we got married.
I swear you guys are still married.
He's like, this is just like mommy.
It may not be official, but you guys sure do act like it still.
Yeah, he needs a
Just
fucking.
shut your mouth or I'll carry you.
All right. So is it a gruel?
I don't know. Let him decide. I'll turn him back.
I'm not deciding. You know what? We'll let our fearless leader decide, whichever he picks.
I think if we're not gonna take a long rest before the gruel, we should probably do Nivix first.
Whatever you say.
I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. I think it will probably be better than the gruel.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, unless
Because I feel like having more spell slots and things would be more important for Nivix than having another level would be compared to the gruel.
yeah, I'm good with either honestly. So you say Nivix. Let's go to Nivix.
Okay. Nivix is not much farther away. Scarg, no matter what you do, is kind of not close to. It's in the same precinct, but it's further
Yeah.
north. It's like northeast in the precinct. So you leave Sunhome. You've gained your short rest, so get back the resources that you would get from gaining your short rest. Burn whatever hit dice you want, and you begin heading. Even the shorter distance, it's still going to take roughly an hour to gather up your resources, kind of get this plan of attack. Elvin and Skriznet yell at each other for a little while, and then I'm going to put you guys at a total time of competition, figuring out where you're going, and walking to Nivix. You guys are at 136 hours left. You approach the very familiar tower of Nivix with the large superconductors that span the spiral tower off in the distance, and bolts of lightning, storm clouds hovering around. There's a constant looming charge of electricity around Nivix, per usual. The sort of electronic sealed shield generated gate seems to be not operational, allowing visitors to come in to the main entryway of Nivix Tower. You are, however, greeted by the very familiar sentry robots with the large flamethrower hands, standing guard at the main entrance to the Nivix Tower. However, they do not seem to be hostile.
Yet. Until Elvin says something.
Hey, Lord ass.
Notice he looked at you.
Your group approaches. The automatons seem to activate, recognizing your presence. But since they've never spoken, these don't speak either.
Okay.
Chris is pissed off at this point. He's like, beep, 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 get the fuck out of the way. Shows his is it badge to get through the door.
Beep boop, get the fuck out of the way. Good way to start a conversation.
The automaton holds
Lord
up
ass.
his large robotic hand as in like a stop gesture and shakes his head.
I go ahead and hold a pendant up then.
You see their eyes both illuminate with like blue lights behind these massively dark helmets, almost magically lit darkness like your helmet. And they sort of look up and down and scan, and then they allow you entry into Nivix Tower.
There it is.
You are greeted as you come in by a Vidalcan Pyromage. They have like a chemster suit on their back, which looks like a large cylinder. It looks like a barrel that's made with glass and metal instead of wood and metal. It's got these long tubes that come off of it that connect into these gauntlets that are made of copper and gold filaments. The robe kind of flares out. It's a dark blue color lined in red. You see the along this like necktie piece that comes up around in a very almost like choking manner. The Izzet insignia at the top. This Vidalcan also is wearing like it looks like a set of steampunk goggles that seem to be covered with soot. Otherwise, his face is kind of dirty. His goggles are kind of dirty, but the rest of him is surprisingly clean. His right hand, it has a large silver gauntlet. You recognize this as what's known as a lightning charger. It can both conduct electricity or expel electricity. It's used for battle and for scientific purposes, jump-starting automatons and other machines to life. It can be used as a repair unit.
Don't we have one in our bag of
You
holding?
guys have a fire
Fire.
chemster set.
Okay, gotcha.
Hello, welcome. I take it that you are here today for the competition.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Well, don't look so gloom. It's not that kind of competition. No one's gonna die or anything. Or are they?
Are they?
I think Chris looks at Ellen. Yeah. Who's gonna die today? Oh, might be you. Most likely you. Dick.
Before we allow you entry into the guild hall, you have to just simply make it through these chambers.
You have like a map or anything?
They have glass walls, you can see.
Oh, good.
But be warned, it will take your brains, not your muscles, to figure out how to
Ops Grizz is
safely traverse the rooms.
Well, they know. You know what they say. Your brain's your strongest muscle.
I am Chemist Malachi, by the way. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them.
So we have to just walk into the guild hall.
Well, you have to go into the testing chamber and then make your way through to the very end chamber.
Sure.
Obviously, there will be obstacles of some kind and a means to figure out the safest route to get there, but I'm not going to tell you what that is.
Has anyone else come through to do your competition yet?
A couple, yes. Obviously, you're the it's one.
Why can't you just show us?
Well, it's because it's science, my boy. You're gonna have to use science to figure this out.
Yeah, not your mouth.
It's all about experimentation and figuring out the best combination of ways to. You know, I'm saying too much as it is. You're just gonna have to go in, use your brains, figure it out.
Well, I guess Grizz is out of this competition.
He's the only scientist here.
So,
Yeah, so-
from what you can see, it looks like the entry room is the tail end. It's just it's a square room. It's maybe a 30 foot by 30 foot. It looks like an experimental lab room that you've seen probably 100 times in your life. It connects to another chamber, and then there's a door through that chamber, and then a door through that chamber, and then a door through that chamber. Your goal is to get to the last chamber.
It's giving me real Krenko vibes.
Is there a sign? Is there a boulder with a goblin on top?
There's no boulder. I told you this is a science experiment.
Well,
So whenever you are ready to begin, you may go to the safety of chamber 1.
we all go together or separately?
Oh,
or-
you go as a team.
all right.
No, everybody upstairs.
Because you must kind of discuss these as a team. Don't mind the mess in chamber 2.
Which team was it?
There was some of the guildless.
Mm.
Or the mess in chamber 1. Or the mess in chamber 3.
So we just have to make it to 4.
You have to make it to the 5th chamber.
Okay,
start
make
in
it
chamber
through,
1.
Make it through 4.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So it sounds like key idea here.
I'm sorry.
Don't make
I
a mess.
misspoke. There are 6 total chambers. You start in chamber 1.
So it gets
So
to
if
5
you get
chambers.
5
Yes.
to get to the 6th one.
Well,
Last
Krenko.
Last one's Nimbus.
So there you are. Well, the thing is, you can see each one. It's
The
basically
last one
glass.
is-
All the walls are glass. You can kind of see what's happening.
Oh, you know what? I think we need a team headband.
Each one of the rooms, like I said, they're identical. They look like testing chambers. They are about 30 foot by 30 foot and about 20 foot high ceilings. But again, it's all glass. It's like a big long glass rectangle. You've never seen the labs like stacked like this before, with only one exit into each room. So, once you are ready to begin, you may begin in the safety of chamber 1.
Well, let's headband up, guys. I'll cast Bless.
All right. Very well.
Besides,
Let's
Grizz.
You enter into chamber 1. Chamber 1 does have a sign when you first come in. All it says
this time.
is experimentation is the key to learning.
We sacrifice one, but we learn from their mistakes.
This chamber, again, it's empty. You are able to see all of the other chambers and what's in there. You see bits of what looks to be blood, human remains, bones, dust, melted things. Things have not gone well for some of the other competitors. This room, however, has what looks to be almost like a conveyor belt style conveyor belt that's not moving. It has a box of a bunch of parts that look like similar to the iron automatons that you've seen out front with the flamethrowers, minus the flamethrower arms themselves. The automaton pieces that you see in here are much smaller, as the large guardian automatons are meant for military purposes. These are, you actually recognize the outline and the skeletons of these things, of these smaller automatons, as like test dummies. You use them in impact things and other things. So this part of this is very familiar to you. You know that there's a control panel next to the conveyor belt in which you can control the automaton and give it very simple orders as like walk, go forward, almost like a joystick sort of thing. Open doors. If you are dealing with things that are like radiation or extreme heat, you can, you know, coat these automatons and things that help protect them.
Nuclear bomb.
So you, that's all the clues I'm really going to give you. There's enough spare parts here that you could build several robots. But the control panel will only allow you to control one at a time.
So conveyor belt, spare parts, control panel.
Correct.
So I feel like we're gonna have to use these robots as test dummies. See which way is the safest way to go.
Maybe. Yes. So what do you think, Skriz? This is really kind of your realm. We put the robots together to cross ahead of us, or
Well, experiment is key
So
to learn.
looking around, there's already dead bodies in this.
Not in the room you're currently in.
Okay. But can we see where, from looking at the other windows, can we see what other people failed at?
So looking into the first chamber, you can very clearly see that there is melted glass, rusted iron, bits of bone scrap in the first room. And in the second room, you see bits of stone, bits of glass, and this room almost looks like it was shattered with something. You see some. It's hard to really tell exactly what happened, but it almost looks as though some people tried to maybe just run through it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make it very far, and then it also looks as though the thing that's odd to you is the melted glass in the first one. It reminds you of some of the coatings that you would put on the automatons to protect them from some type of particular environment.
Well, like you said, if we get one built and use it like the battle bots and just walk it through each room, like to see, go through to the next
Mhm.
room to see what we need to resist or whatnot.
Yeah.
And work our way to each room like that.
Now,
Use a
as
fair-
you kind of look, you see what looks to be some sort of like a valve in the very last room. It's like a round valve, and it doesn't look like it's closed presently. And then there is obviously an exit door out of that room.
So is there? So I'm gonna go over to the box of spare parts and dump it out.
Okay.
And there's the stuff in there to build our little automaton.
Yes. You'd be able to take the spare bits from what you know and kind of put them into the side panel on the control box,
Mm-hmm.
and it would sort of like assemble the robot,
Okay.
thus giving it like the ability for you to command it from the control,
All right.
and also do any modifications you would want to.
Guess we'll go ahead and do that.
Go ahead and make an investigation check as you begin to use the control panel.
Yeah, that's not gonna help. Roll a 6.
Use?
I got a 1, and my +4.
You're on home turf and you can't even perform.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure if you remember how to use one of these control panels.
I tried taking a look.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Help him in some
Come
way.
on. 3. And then a 1.
Oh my god!
I also got I got 7.
Act like you guys been here before. Fuck me.
So when they're doing this, can I like take out my
12.
my broom of prestidigitation and say like, hey y'all, there's a bunch of dust and shit and components all over this. Of course, you can't read it, and like use that charge to clean it off a little bit to help someone out, give someone advantage. Anyone?
It doesn't give you any advantage, but it would lower your DC.
Okay.
Elvin, from what you can determine, you can give me your numbers in a second, Rocky. Elvin, from what you can determine from looking at this, is that a couple of the buttons on there seem to be a means of coating the robot while it's in the process of being constructed with some sort of outer layering. You're not sure exactly what the outer layerings are. You can't determine that, but you are definitely able to tell that there's like 5 different buttons that you can press to like give it some sort of
13.
that's oddly enough a good enough number. You're able to use the control panel, or at least explain it enough for them to understand how they are supposed to use it. The basic process of the machine is to throw the parts in, and there are these 5 tubes that sort of run in from the bottom, and the 5 buttons will allow you to activate a coating on the automaton. You can then control it with the little joysticks. And you can give it very simple commands such as open, close, walk, carry.
Can it like use objects?
Yes, as long as the object is pretty simple to
Yeah.
use.
Okay. So what if we have to get this robot
Through
all the
all
way
the
to the
rooms?
end and
Yeah.
shut that valve off?
That's what I was thinking.
So we have to basically make it survive long enough to get that, and that's what the coatings are for.
Yeah, different coatings for different shit.
Yeah.
Did we see like do we see looking into the rooms? I think you already answered this question, but like different types of, I don't know, residual of anything.
In some of the rooms, yes, you see bits of melted glass, rusted iron, lightning blasted crystal, stone, and flesh colored goo in various bits of the room.
Okay. Well, I guess we try and construct a robot here.
Okay. So you grab the parts needed: 2 arms, 2 legs, a torso, and a head. You are able to match them up. You throw them into the machine. You press the start worry button, and you see on the panel it shows this very dot matrixy sort of outline of a robot. It says proceed with protective coating, yes or no.
Yes, I'd say. Yep, I'll hit the button.
Number of layers.
What, 5? 5 layers? 6? What's the maximum? Can I hit 9?
You can type in a number that you want up to 5.
I will hit 5.
Okay.
Experimenting.
Please choose order of layers.
There it is.
Yep.
That's what we gotta pick the right layers. So it was.
So
Are these
the
labeled
first-
color coded?
Yeah, and on the screen it shows the layers.
The first layers.
There
can be-
is there's an iron coating, a stone. You might want to write these down.
Yeah.
Iron coating, stone coating, flesh coating, glass coating, and crystal coating.
Glass, crystal,
What was it? Iron, stone, flesh.
glass.
Iron, stone, flesh, crystal, and glass.
What were the rooms?
about the same. So if we put on the first layer we put on is probably going to be the last layer we use though. So we would probably have to put these on kind of backwards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So with
Big brains on brain.
so I think the goo one was last.
Is that the Gru one was last?
Was this
What
fifth
was
room? The first room sounded like it was melt and then rust and then stone, and then I'm not sure if I wrote stone and crystal the right way, and then goo, I think.
I mean, we can see it all. We're in glass rooms, so I mean,
Yeah,
if
so
you
if
can
we-
ask the DM and he will read.
If we, yeah.
It's hard to tell what is the protective coatings, what is the bits of
Mhm.
armor, and what is parts of the robots.
I think putting on reverse though is the correct way.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
first we put on the goo, and then I'm gonna say the stone, and then the crystal, the rust, and first one is the iron.
So
Roll for initiative.
so flesh. What was it again?
So what order would you like to build this
I-
robot with first?
So I think the first one is gonna be flesh.
So this is the first layer, right?
Yep, the first layer on him.
Mhm.
And then I think we're going to go stone,
Mm-hmm.
and then iron.
Okay.
Stone. No wait.
Then you get
fuck.
crystal and glass.
Yeah, the glass is gonna be for. I think for melt. Not really. Can you melt glass?
It's just
Yes.
sand.
Well, you can melt glasses.
Yeah, you can melt glass. So maybe the crystal is for the melt.
Okay.
So that could be the last one we put on.
I could see that or stone. Yeah.
Well, I feel like stone for stone. Because we saw.
Well,
one with-
iron. Well,
Yeah.
what are we using iron for right now?
It's your third layer.
Iron is for the rust one. So maybe maybe
no
not.
iron. Yeah.
So flesh first. No, wait. Maybe we have to do the opposite of each one, right? Because flesh
In
for
opposite
the
order,
goo,
yeah.
flesh for the goo wouldn't make sense. But flesh against rust would make sense, right? Because flesh isn't gonna rust.
Neither will stone.
I mean, we'll find out.
Glass.
Okay. So the furthest one is the goo.
So flesh.
So the
Goo.
furthest one we shouldn't. So that means we should start out with something that's not flesh. Then
Let's start with glass.
glass.
So you want your lowest layer to be glass.
Yes,
Yep.
the one that will, assuming that's what gets hit last. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll find out. But
Glass, and then on top of that,
Okay.
should write down the rest of the rooms. There was a stone room, so maybe
I think glass is
Iron?
perfect for stone.
yeah, iron sounds good.
an iron.
What was the crystal?
I don't know. I didn't write that one down. I wrote melt, rust, stone, goo, and then comma.
So what's all? I mean, goo is already kind of a.
Well, goo is flesh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, flesh melts easier than anything.
Yeah.
Right. So the next, rust. I would say flesh for that
Yeah.
one.
Stone doesn't.
Stone doesn't melt, so we can do that one
But-
against the melt.
Stone doesn't. Yeah. So stone lasts. So glass, iron, flesh.
Flesh. Crystal.
Yeah. Crystal. Stone.
Stone. I mean, there's enough parts to make multiple robots. You said, right?
Yeah.
So we can just send it through and experiment. See
Okay.
what happens.
So just make sure that I have this right. Your outermost layer, meaning the first one that is going to be exposed to anything, is stone.
Correct.
Then crystal.
Yep.
Then flesh.
Yep.
Then iron.
Yep.
Then glass.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, can stone melt? It can explode.
Stone can't.
I don't
I
know.
feel like crystal also is a little bit stronger against heat, and stone would be equally as strong against rusting.
I mean, I say we just send it through. We have multiple robots to work
Yeah.
with, so
We'll send
Crystal
it.
won't rust either.
true.
Okay. So your automaton comes out looking like a much thicker version of the robot parts that you put in, as the skeleton has been wrapped up in various layers of material. Its appearance looks as though it is glass, because that is the outermost layer. Is that correct?
I think it's almost
Innermost, sorry.
Stone,
Comes out
stone.
looking like stone.
it's a little bit crazy.
Put it all back.
So,
Really, that's something we do though.
you guys have the control panel. You can order the robot to do whatever you want. So, what do you want the robot to do?
Guess we send him through the first room.
The stone robot kind of waddles and walks and opens up the first door and walks in. As he opens the door, it the room itself seems to begin to react to whatever the outer layer of him is, as you see it begin to dissolve and fade away. You recognize that it is taking acid damage as it tries to cross through the room. The rock layer begins to completely melt away as it gets to the next room. Are you having it continue to the next room? The next room, it opens the door and walks through. It's now stone layer is gone, it is exposed as a crystal layer. This room seems to be filled with like a watery substance that you couldn't see before, and it begins to swirl around almost like the magical spell effect whirlpool. There does not seem to be enough weight to the robot to keep it weighted to the ground, and it smashes against the walls and becomes stuck before it's completely washed away down into the drain.
All right, so we need.
Everyone in the room needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
You guys are blessed too. Don't worry.
I assume everyone has +2 because they're within 10 feet of me.
Sure.
Say Dex.
Dex.
12.
Pass.
23.
Pass.
22.
Pass.
Oh, I got 9.
So we need stone per second.
The bottom floor of this
Yeah.
metallic room, it's the only part of the room that is not glass, begins to feel statically charged as your robot is destroyed. Everyone that failed the dexterity saving throw takes 10 points of lightning damage.
Good job.
Those who pass take 5.
I put my leather shoes on.
Would you like to try again?
Nope, I think we retire.
So
Okay.
as the first one, we had it stone.
Yeah, so maybe we switch crystal and stone.
Could try that.
And have crystal go first because it wouldn't be disintegrated by acid, and then stone would keep it heavy enough to not get floated away.
So do crystals.
You gotta think iron's pretty effing heavy too.
Maybe it needs both rock and iron.
Maybe, yeah.
So we got crystal as our outside layer. Stone is the second layer going in. After that, it'd be what?
Flesh, iron, glass.
All right. So we know stone should be where it's at. Second, flesh, iron, glass. All right. I say we make another one and we send it. It's going to be starting from the inside to the outer layer. It'll be glass, iron, flesh, stone, crystal. So crystal will be the outer layer.
Okay, so say that again.
So
So your outer layer is going to be
crystal,
crystal,
then stone,
stone,
flesh,
flesh,
iron,
iron,
glass.
glass. Okay, so your innermost layer is glass. Is this correct?
That's correct.
Your automaton comes back to life now with a crystal outer body. I'm assuming you're marching it through the first room.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
The automaton now with its crystalline form opens the door. It sort of hobbles along, and the crystalline bits begin to dissolve away from the acid before its entire next layer is stripped away. It does make it to the second chamber and opens the chamber. Its stone form seems to hold enough weight for it to actually traverse through the whirlpool and makes it to the third chamber door. Are you making it go through the door?
Yes.
The now stone golem, I guess for lack of a better terms, opens the door, walks through. This room suddenly belts him with constant flames. It completely turns the rock on him to dust. The next layer is the flesh layer, which melts away also. By the time that it gets to the door, the only layer that's left is the iron layer that seems to be able to absorb the heat.
So we
You
did not
wanna
get
send
that
it through the
room.
next door.
Can we?
No, can we bring him back to us and relayer
He'd
him?
have to go through all
Through
of
all
the
the other ones.
obstacles again.
So we
Can
might as
just-
well see.
Can we
the-
just have them stop?
I just have to go to the next one.
Yeah, we could do that.
We're just gonna have to go to the next
The
one.
iron golem goes through chamber 4.
So we at least see what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you see bolts of lightning start shooting around in this room that has a. It's almost like he's walking through a superconductor of some type. It destroys the iron bits around it and shatters the glass about it.
Okay.
The robot core is all that's left as it's struck with a bolt of lightning and crashes to the floor. You guys aren't doing bad.
Yeah, it's experimentation with
Yeah.
the
Experimentation.
experimentation. Documents never
I
fail.
can't just throw fights at you guys. I have to make it interesting.
So we want the
That is
iron
interesting.
to be the third one.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
the
then
iron needs
do
to
we
be
want to
third.
switch glass with
Flesh.
Flesh.
And leave the flesh for last.
Maybe. But the last room,
We don't know what it is.
yeah. I mean, flesh
What-
can't get through any other room.
What if we put the glass first?
And the acid?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, it don't hurt to try the glass first.
It hurts a little bit.
That
you know.
as the outer layer, stone, iron, and then glass, and then flesh last.
We said glass twice.
I meant crystal for the lightning, and then flesh last.
Okay, so flesh.
So we're doing flesh last.
Yes,
Flesh last, and then glass.
glass will be the outer layer.
That's be the outer.
Okay.
So outer
Then
layer,
the crystal.
so it'll go outer layer glass, then stone, then iron, then crystal, then flesh.
Okay, read that again.
Starting with the outer layer.
Okay.
Glass,
Mhm.
stone,
Glass,
iron,
stone, iron.
crystal, then flesh. Flesh will be the inside, the last layer. So acid,
All
water.
right, so I'm just
flame.
making sure I have this right. Glass is your outermost layer.
Yes,
The first one.
that one will be go
Okay, so you want to go glass, outermost layer,
then stone.
stone, iron, crystal, flesh is the innermost layer.
Yes.
Okay. You send the automaton off again.
hmm
It opens the door with. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys failed that thing. Make another dex save.
I was hoping to forget.
It's not that much damage.
Everyone gets +2.
Oh, come on.
14's good.
22.
I failed. There's no way I can save. I got a now one.
25.
Pass. Those who fail take 5 lightning damage. Those who fail take 2. Or so I'm sorry. Those who failed take 5. Those who
I
succeed.
feel like
take 2.
I feel like I just keep forgetting it's gonna happen, so I just stand there.
Okay. So your outer layer on this thing is glass. So your glass golem begins to walk through the first room that is acidic. The glass layer seems to be immune to the acid and is able to walk away without actually taking any damage from the acid.
All right.
As the golem goes through the second room, the whirlpool rips the glass layer off of it, but now the rock layer seems to weight it down enough to traverse the whirlpool room and make it to the exit chamber. The third room, as it enters in, burns and strips away the stone layer and exposes the iron layer, thus protecting it from the flames. The iron golem reaches into the fourth room with its crystal layer and is blasted and ripped apart by the lightning, which then exposes the flesh layer. The flesh layer seems to be immune to the lightning effects as it opens the final chamber door.
So we need to swap the last two, probably.
As the now flesh golem enters into the fifth chamber, you see that these ruins of purple arcane energy light up all around, and you recognize this as cursed magic. The curses begin to fire off bits of necrotic dark shadow magic energy. Purples and blacks blast the flesh and rip it off of the golem and destroy the robot. Make a dexterity saving throw.
So switch the last two. I think we should be good.
Yeah. Can't wait to roll another one. I rolled another one.
20.
You're good.
15.
You're good. If you fail, take 4. If you pass, take 2.
Thank God I'm rolling them on the low lightning damage.
Okay.
Not the lightning.
So,
So specialized
Do
too.
we have enough parts to do one more?
absolutely.
So,
Just
So
same,
glass, stone,
same order, just
so
flip around
iron,
the last
flesh, and then crystal.
flesh and crystal. Swap the last 2. So, glass, stone, iron, flesh, and crystal.
Glass, stone, iron.
You put in the controls on the robot. The robot begins to walk through the first acidic chamber with its outer glass layer. The glass seems to be immune to the acid that seems to fill the air. It makes it to the second chamber with no problems. As it reaches the whirlpool chamber, the glass is ripped off of it, much like it was before, and the stone weights the golem down as it's the next exposed layer, and it has enough heft and weight to it to reach the third chamber. The third chamber door opens as the now stone golem walks into the wall and room of constant flames. The flames blasts the rock off of the golem, exposing the iron layer. The iron layer is able to absorb the heat like a furnace, and it reaches the next chamber. As it does, the golem walks through, and bits of lightning and sparks of electricity blast the iron bits off as they've been heated up by the fire in the previous chamber, and the flesh is exposed, but the flesh itself is not conductive to electricity, and it makes it through the chamber with no difficulties, revealing into the final chamber. The flesh golem walks into the final chamber and has its flesh ripped and flayed off by the shadow magic, but the crystals reflect the evil darkness back at the arcane energies and keep it from damaging the golem. The golem sits there at the end of the room where there is the valve. What would you like it to do?
Turn it off.
Turn the valve.
It turns the valve to the right, tightening it, and you hear what sounds to be a almost like hissing noise, and then it shuts off.
Can we send the
Now,
robot
can we?
back
Bring the robot
Sure,
back.
still control it.
just in case?
As it walks back through the rooms, it seems as though none of the rooms have any effect. They're all been
Let's
deactivated.
go.
So now we can just walk through the rooms now. Yeah.
So you thought, God.
You're
Okay.
able to safely traverse through the rooms and reach the exit chamber back out into the main area of the Nivix Guild Hall. And there you see the large insignia on the ground with the bits of energy flowing through it. You were able to obtain the mana ley line
Good-
from the Is It.
Good thing I picked this
chamber.
one instead of the gruel.
Congratulations, you have beat the Is It challenge.
Yeah,
yeah.
we did it. I like that one. That was
1,
cool.
2, 3. It took us 4 chances.
That was a good challenge.
That was rough there for a second.
That's good. You guys
It's like-
figured it out. Can't just throw all
We have
fights at you.
heals.
Hey,
We could have
some
tried
other
that for
people that I
battles.
talked to suggested I just have you just fight giant robots. I was like, that could be cool.
That could be cool.
Or
I also tried to figure out like
Yeah,
maybe
that's
I could do like a Rock'em Sock'em robot style.
I was
thing.
kind of thinking it was
Like,
gonna be that. Like
you guys
build
didn't like
the
design a
strongest
robot, like Robot Wars. You remember the battles and like have it fight other
That's sick,
robots.
yeah.
but
BattleBots.
Maybe for another thing, you know.
Maybe for the next maze.
The next, I was gonna say, yeah, the next time we have a maze.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Gold pack goes away again. We have to do the maze.
you see,
Real
you
steel.
see
We'd have to
Chemster
control it and-
Malachi reapproach the party. Well, congratulations, giant brains. I see.
well, experimentation is key to learning.
It is,
Ha, ha, ha.
and good luck to you
Well, thank
in
you.
your future endeavors. I believe that makes 6.
Sure does.
4 more to go.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the easiest 4 for last.
Well, at least one of them will be.
The gruel.
And with that, you are able to exit Nivix and head back out into the precinct. Where would you like to go?
Yeah.
How long did we spend on that? Like
I'll say you guys were there for an hour.
okay.
Makes sense.
So 1:35. So bullshit the rest of the day. Travel to
We
Gruel.
might
Take
as
a long
well.
rest.
Yeah.
And then.
So where are you taking said long rest?
I think we should probably take it outside of the precinct before there. That way it's a little safer because I know the gruel area is pretty.
Do we still
should
remember where
be-
that barracks is from like
Yeah, it's
episode
kinda on the
3 or
way.
something?
Yeah,
So
we could
we could just do that again.
go to the barracks and
Okay. So it's going to take, I'm going to say, from where you're at to get to the barracks, it's about an hour and a half. By the time you guys find out in the woods, we'll say it's going to be a total of 2 hours cost. And then you guys are going to take a long rest. So I'm going to put you down to 128 hours before you head out for the Gruul Challenge. From the barracks, it's going to take you almost another hour to traverse through Skarg because it's deep in Gruul territory.
Start pulling.
You head back out into the familiar, unless there's things you want to do. Go ahead and get your guys' long rest. I'm just going to let you guys know that you are not going to actually be able to start the Gruul Challenge tonight. It will be impossible
Figured
for you to
much.
do it, but I will set it up so that way you guys can be excited about it for next week.
Level
Yeah.
9.
You guys
Level
are all
9.
level 9. Go ahead and look at that.
Ability score improvement.
Same.
Dexterity.
Third level spells.
Warcaster. What's some of that? It's the last time I'll be putting stuff in a wizard for a while.
Yeah, that's a good job, guys.
That was fun. I
That
like
was
that
awesome.
challenge. That was cool.
Racking my brain.
I have to say, you guys have really, really impressed me with all of your
We're big brain.
all of the challenges. I have been very impressed. I hope you have all been amused so far.
We're getting more
I-
smarter.
I have been amused.
It's been good.
It's
It's been a
been
good time.
fun.
That's good. I've worked really hard on all this shit.
I feel like there's not a challenge I haven't enjoyed yet. Like the Rakdos one was so much
The
fun.
Rakdos
The
one.
Did you like the
Kraken
one
was
where
so
you were like
badass.
just trapped in a fucking?
Okay, that one sucked.
It's like that one.
That was just
That
you
was-
just could not roll.
that was just
you
bad.
did come in and like
That
kick
was-
the dude's ass. but
That was bad because of RNG. That was pretty much the only
It had
reason.
nothing to do with him dying.
it was fun until he couldn't find you guys. Then
Yeah.
it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah. Until he kept going into that one room where he kept getting screamed at. at the end
But
of it.
very much in like Rocky fashion, he just comes in out of nowhere like and just waylays the dude.
Mhm.
So I apologize that the random number generator fucked you. It was only a D6. Like I felt like
I know.
it should just be lower, and
You gave him advantage on D6.
I
every time.
tried
I know,
so
like
many things
3
to
or
get in
4
there, and
times.
you did shine in the Kraken fight. I feel like everyone's had their opportunities so far to do a thing, and they've been good at it. Jesse figured out the Is It challenge. I think even Elvin, you did really good in one of the challenges too.
I died and came back.
3 clouds on the ground, just laughing my ass off.
Well, you're an instigator. It's what you do.
Saw
So
somebody lard ass.
Hey, I put the hate
unless you
spell on
guys
Rocky
have
instead.
unless you have conversations or things you want to do post morning, I will say that you guys take off early and head towards Skarg, where you originally met up with Borborigmos. It's not really a guild hall per se; it's just an area where they seem to hang out.
While we're in the barracks, can I look around to see if there's any like leftover gear? Just
It looks
maybe-
like the thing has been completely stripped down of anything useful.
Okay.
Um,
I forgot to. I'm a cleric now, so I can actually hold a shield. I just got the Warcaster feed. So
Spoiler.
next time
interesting.
I will look for one, but I doubt I'll find one on the way to the Gruul.
I have
So
an extra shield.
He probably does. He did
Yeah,
get that magic
that's
shield.
true. I'll ask.
50 gold. Oh, should
Yeah,
I say? Hang on.
checks out.
50 gold. How you doing?
Okay.
I'll give you 10.
You wander through the
Deal.
through the dark woods. You've been through these thick areas before as you chase the four-armed ape into the familiar territory of the Gruul. Sadly enough, this is becoming familiar territory to you in the Red Wastes. You weren't hoping to have to make your way back here so soon. The forest seems calm, eerily calm. The bits of wildlife as you were chasing your prey seem to be no more. No iriducks, no large giraffe-like creatures as before. Everything just seems to be still. It's unsettling. It's uncomfortable. But off in the distance, you hear the chants and cheering. You see smoke billowing from above the trees as if some sort of large bonfire has been burning for a while. You continue to wander to where Skarg is. It's in the old ruins of an old city, one that the Gruul took over once they claimed this territory for themselves. You find the familiar bits of ruined, destroyed buildings and cobbled streets that have been overgrown and let nature reclaim them. You find the source of the smoke. 20-foot tall bonfire, surrounded by various members of the Gruul clan, chanting, cheering, throwing bodies of contestants into the bonfire.
Do we recognize the contestants?
You are not able to recognize any of the
They don't really well.
contestants.
You just hear,
They do not seem to recognize or even care that you approach, as they are all too busy celebrating. Trolls, hill giants, Viashino, goblins, humans, minotaurs, centaurs, all in tribal gear, looking as though they are preparing for battle. Some beasts with them, large boars, bears. Some of the other beasts of burden that you've seen around Ravnica. And Borborygmos, looking triumphant. With his large cyclopean eye, it looks as though he has not gotten much sleep as of late, as it is a bit bloodshot. And
That's our chance.
while I'm sure that some of you thought that the challenge might be to fight Borborygmos himself, if Borborygmos would lose, that would mean that you would be dominant over Clan Gruul. And while Borborygmos is very confident that he will never be dethroned, can't take the chance. You notice that he is not draped in any blood, and his weapon does not look like it has seen battle in days. You approach the center. What would you like to do?
I will not say Lardass.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Hate to ruin the campfire.
Game is it?
Yes.
Borborygmos stands. Show pendants.
Yeah,
right
get it, Nita.
here.
Yeah, there's the pendant.
Gruul believe one thing: strength. Pass challenge, prove strength. Earn respect. Ugh! And he beats on his chest. Challenge not taken lightly.
What is challenge?
Bring forth champion. That way. And he kind of points off into I wouldn't really call it a clearing. It's a bunch of trees and rocks and bits. You kind of walk into the clearing, and you notice bits of charred wood and burnt up grass.
Uh-oh, we're gonna fight a dragon.
And all you see is a Viashino out there in bone armor, carrying a staff.
You are competitors.
We show strength.
Well,
You mock Gruul. Mistake. You face me.
Together or just solo?
I don't need help.
No, okay. Very confident. Very confident.
I not fight. I direct.
Well, that's good.
His lizard form seems to smile in a very confident way.
Well, that's great.
When you're ready, you say go.
Well, time to
So
put
I
mage
will-
armor on.
I will make a great promise to you. With everything I have and my Death Pact Angel itself, I'm going to stick both of your hands straight up your ass after I'm done with you.
Interesting choice of words. I hope you live long enough to see them not come true.
I probably
You ready?
I'm gonna cast heroism on myself.
Yes, yes. Cast your magics.
I get well fed.
I allow it.
He turns and looks kind of bored, and he just starts rubbing there's it's some sort of a skull. It's small. You see horns and fanged bits on it, but it definitely looks like a small skull.
Well, guys,
His little lizard tail seems to be like flicking around.
time to headband up.
Seemed to work so far, so might as well.
Everybody headbands up. Anybody that headbands up gets blessed.
Oh, that's fucking God.
You believe only one apex predator. Are you ready?
Ray, I'm gonna get it.
We all ready?
Gruul also believe fair fight, not sucker punch.
All right, go.
He said the magic word. Right?
You see him raise his staff into the air, and it almost makes this like weird rattling as you can hear in the skull.
Counterspell.
There's bits of bone in the stuff. His eyes begin to glow with embers of flame, and smoke begins to pour out of his mouth as he begins chanting in Draconic. Do any of you speak it?
Nope.
English, dude.
I speak Elvish.
I have a dragon chest set.
Not exactly the same thing.
The instructions were in Draconic. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to play it. I
Nope.
do not.
The only thing that you can make out is one word: Emberwing.
Ember Wing.
Ember wing.
From above you, you hear the sound of large flapping wings as the trees begin to sway in the distance, and you can't quite make out the shape of something that swoops by very fast, very large, and lets out a bellowing roar that fills the empty space. You hear the flapping of the wings again, and another large roar go off as you see an eruption of fire peek out into the skies. And a large red-winged, leather-bound creature with large bone antlers and an evil-looking grin lands in the middle of all of this. And this little shaman from the Gruul begins to pet him.
Emberwing ready.
You see an adult red dragon. Woo! And the dragon begins to have smoke pouring out of its
He
mouth
did
as it
say-
looks at you.
Ancient red.
We spread out.
I'll let you guys position yourselves. That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Can we
I'm
roll
gonna
initiative
go-
before we go?
No, we will not.
Yeah, my inspiration went to waste.
I hope that everyone had a good time because we are going to be going into next week's
That
session
just means you didn't need.
against a dragon, folks.
Yep. Hell yeah.
We will be back next week. I hope everyone will be excited to join us then. Have a good night.